Repair today. We gotta do some mouse repair. Oh, I should tweet this though. I'll tweet this here. We'll go ahead and copy this message. We'll get started in just a moment here. Man, my last stream back on Friday or whatever it was, that was insane. That was like 8 hours. We're not gonna do that again. I got one comment today on YouTube saying, I enjoyed this long stream, and I'm like, holy crap. Okay, whoops, that's a Discord copy text, sure. We'll do this, and we'll say, I'm live, refurbing Logitech G604. It's an interesting mouse. I started on 2, I've done 2 so far. Came out 2019. Using the Hero sensor. It's a good sensor. It's just heavy as heck. It's more of a productivity mouse, so like I'm not faulting it for being an FPS mouse. Post. Cool. And then I think we gotta bring up chat. I do have the text-to-speech bot going, and I got the... Yeah. Let's bring up... I'm messaging Daz. I shouldn't actually want to message Daz something real quick. Brave, and we don't need this one. We don't need... Man, I do want to watch that Bokeh Bola though. So I don't really watch other streamers, but I do occasionally. I like watching Bokeh Bola on YouTube. So he's Elijah from the Linus Tech Tips channel, and he just has a very human way of chatting about streaming stuff. I've never watched his live streams, but he uploads to YouTube shortened versions. Alright, I'm gonna post this to Discord. So Daz released this morning the reply. A Stream Deck video, and I have a Stream Deck that uses the same software, so it's effectively the same Stream Deck. It has knobs and fewer macro buttons though, but anyway. Alright, why don't we actually get started with the stream. On my desk right now, by the way, is the ATK Leviathan, not ATK, ROM Leviathan. I've been enjoying that mouse. I need to switch the switches, unfortunately. Got a frog in my throat. Yeah, I'm surprised my voice wasn't sore after the 8-hour stream. I was not talking constantly though, so that certainly helps. Alright, let's see if this washes me out terribly. It snowed a really good amount. We got our first big snow of the year. I think we got like 6 inches or so. Oh, nice, the snowplow came by already. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna come through. Guys. Yeah, it's a healthy covering. Yeah, you can see like on my neighbor's car how much there is. Yeah, we got probably, I think they said 5 to 7 inches, and we might be closer to that 7-inch amount. But it's still reasonably warm out. It's like 30, it's like right around freezing. It's around 32 Fahrenheit. So that means the snow is kind of wetter, clumpier. It's good packing snow, as we call it here. Packing snow meaning good for making snowballs and snowmen, kind of a thing. So I wonder if some of the neighborhood kids... Oh, sure enough, yeah. The across the street neighbors, I think they have a grandson who's out and about right now, playing in the snow. Probably like a 4-year-old. Looks like. Okay. Just checking a few things here. We will get started momentarily. And I just got an email from Rakuten about an update to my cashback. Okay, cool. It tracked something that was like $1. Okay. Okay then. Oh, it did update something to $10. Oh, right on. I wonder what that was. Well, I'll have to go consult my spreadsheet. Speaking of AliExpress orders, I got batteries. Look at this. So this is insane. When I ordered, so the XINJ official store, their batteries have check this out. When you ordered, oh my gosh, when you ordered 5 packs of 10, so 50, you got an additional 24% off. So after like coupons and cash back and all of these, I'm only paying, oh, I forget, it's under $1 per battery. Is it like 80 cents or something a battery, which is just nuts. So this is a stack of 50 right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a 60 batteries. Wait a second. Did I order 60? And then I have a separate order of 10 here. I'm gonna check that real quick. So this is what's 60 times 150 milliamp hours? 600 plus another half, 900. Uh, 9,000 milliamp hours right here. Yeah, 9,000 milliamp hours. And I wanted to look at my AliExpress orders. Mr. LKL, that's a spicy meatball. It is a spicy brick right here. None of them are like expanded. You know, they at least do a good job packaging them. So they rolled it up in a nice thick closed cell foam, and then they put that in a box. So like that was actually pretty good to see, especially since I think this came over on an airplane. Like, dude. And I still need to do all my little coin check-ins for the day too. Yeah, I don't know if AliExpress, I kind of want to get a Beast-X Mini and sell the current one that I have because I want to get one with solid sides, but I don't know if the PayPal thing is still live, so I kind of wanted to check that. Is this going to be under shipped? I should search battery. If I can spell battery with one hand. Oh, I did order 6. Okay, I did order 6 for a total of $61. And the normal price is you end up paying around like $1.60 a battery. And I paid only about $1.10 before Rakuten cashback. And then when I ordered these Rakuten cashback, I think was at 14%, whatever November 14th was. Are those XINJ customs? No, they are not. So this is just from their listing for 150 milliamp hour. So on the note of customs, guys, I have been in chat with... So, there's a guy on Discord, or messaged me on Reddit. He contacted XINJ's store on AliExpress asking for 130 milliamp hour batteries with a custom connector. And they obliged. They said, yeah, we can do a 130 milliamp hour battery. It only weighs 2 grams. These weigh like 3.2 grams. And it was a 10 pack. I want to say for around $15, so around the same price. And they said, what connector size do you want? And we can add a thermistor wire to it. So he's like, perfect. So he did that. And fast forward like a week, Upgrade Lemonade messages me saying, hey Phalanges, I want to do some battery mods. I want to get this, and it's like the 130 milliamp hour thing, but I can't get them shipped to Switzerland where he's at. Wait, who did I say? Lemonade? No, JQ. And JQ lives in Switzerland. They're not available there. I'm like, well, you can try messaging in the store. Sure enough, they say that they'll try to get it shipped to Switzerland, and they're getting enough demand where they said they're going to make a separate listing on AliExpress for 130 milliamp hour with custom, with whatever connector you want. So he said he'll update me when it goes live. So I feel like a dum-dum. Now I have all these 150 milliamp hour, and I could have gotten 130 milliamp hour ones that weigh a gram, 1.2 grams less. So, that's in a pinned message on Discord currently, if you join the Discord. I think you guys are probably both Uncrafted Plays. I don't know if I've seen you here. Nice donut shirt. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this was a gift from my wife. Yeah, Donut Media, good channel. I prefer Big Time and Speed nowadays. Donut Media, the content's a little overproduced for, like, my liking. But anyway, it still is, like, a good channel to follow. I don't know, the whole, like, rift of people leaving Donut. I understand people wanting to stick with the creator, you know, but I just see it as now there's 3 channels that I get to watch. Yeah, but my least watched out of all of them is definitely Donut now. Well, why don't we finally get started with this here? Yeah, same. Yeah, cool. Right on. Here's 150s. Nope, the refurb mice are getting... the purpose of refurbing these is to resell. So I made a post to Twitter about, like, most people, I have 10 mice, man phalanges, I have 600 mice in my basement, and it's stuff like this. You guys can check that post on Twitter, or it's also in the Discord in the setups chat. So, basically, people don't really know this about me, but I do a ton of refurbing, or at least I used to. It's not as popular for me anymore. It kind of comes and goes, but these G604s are worth decent money. Like, on US eBay, these go for like a little over $100 for used ones that are at least in decent shape. So I'm gonna try asking around that. But I've already tested all of these, and I write in blue tape on the bottom what's wrong with them. So the refurbing is fixing what's wrong, I fully disinfect, and I relist for sale. I cannot use, like, the official refurb. I can't use, like, refurb in my title. I have to list these as, like, seller refurbished. Because refurbished, I guess, on eBay is, like, an official term. Like, I think you have to meet certain criteria. I have no idea how to, like, apply and get that criteria. I don't know if I'd get more sales that way. I might. The problem is, I don't make, like, it's less than minimum wage, guys. But I do this to make money. The purpose of this is to make money. I mean, it is kind of fun trying out different mice. Like, I wouldn't have tried a G604 otherwise. It's a very good productivity mouse, but boy, is it heavy. Here, I'll throw it on my scale. What do you guys want to guess it is? So it does have a big old battery, AA. This is not like a lightweight battery by any means either. So, I already know what the weight is, but there's weight without battery. There's weight with battery. 136 grams. Yeah, it's a monster. Like, just setting it down on a mouse pad, and then, like, the first time on the stream when I'll keep that unplugged. When I put it on the mouse pad to, like, test it, because there's testing I have to do after I fix everything. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. This is such a different experience. It is very much designed for people who do not pick up their mouse at all. Which is, like, fine, because most people just use acceleration in Windows at a stupidly high sensitivity. And, like, that's fine. Yeah. So, I usually do a little bit of a wipe down first here, just to kill the bacteria, because I don't know what's on these. These are store returns. I think most of these were Best Buy returns. I bought them from eBay from just some guy who was selling, like, big lots of them. They were kind of a butthead they weren't a butthead. They were very unresponsive to work with, though. Like, I bought, like 6 or 7 lots of mice from them, and they all did separate listings, and I'm doing all this DMing of, like, hey, can we cut a deal? I'll buy them all. And, you know, or, you know, we can cut a deal. You're paying $50 per box to ship it because it's huge bulk lots. You can ship it all together or something. I don't know. And they just, like, wouldn't respond. They were in the middle of bumheck nowhere, West Virginia. I don't know if they had something to do with it, but they just, like, didn't respond, and I just kept buying things, and I was like, well, they're leaving money on the table. And it was like an official, it was definitely an eBay storefront. Like, you go on Google Maps and look at their address, and it's like a small business warehouse. So this was definitely their business. Oh wait, but do I have, am I missing? Oh, I am missing skates, okay. Wasn't there some drama with eBay official refurb tag? Oh, I don't know about that. Where it's only viable for big companies that essentially don't do anything to refurb, and smaller actual good refurb shops can't get it. I don't know, but that wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Like, on the one hand, I understand it kind of being a protected term, because as soon as on eBay, okay, so eBay wants people to trust the platform. And you build trust through a few different things, like having a good feedback rating system that actually matters, where sellers like actually care about that. They do that. Through offering like returns and stuff when available, or like being explicit with that. I mean, I do not offer returns on my products, because when you enable that toggle, it means like literally people can just return it because they didn't like it. I don't do that. That's I'm sorry. If you order something from me and you simply don't like it, you can DM me, but in general, I'm gonna be like, well, for you guys on the Discord, it's a little bit like people in the live stream and stuff, that's totally different, but I'm saying, I'll say you in the general form of like, yeah, I don't want to just be the one who wastes $7 in shipping because you have buyer's remorse. Like, you should have done your research. Now, in the event of something being faulty, absolutely, of course, I will get you a fresh new label to get it back to me, no charge. That's on me. I'm sorry that I inconvenienced you by making you try a product. You bought something and it didn't work, and now that's frustrating. Now you have to go print a label, pack it up, and put it in your mailbox. Like, I get that's a pain in the butt, and so I will do everything I can to, I will be apologetic there and do what I can to make things right. Oftentimes, yeah, I mean, there's things we can do as sellers. You can offer a partial refund. I've done that before. In the case of, I shipped something and the dongle wasn't paired. And I was like, I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. Here's how to repair the dongle, and here's $5 for your inconvenience. Well, first I'll ask, like, here's instructions on how to repair. I can either, yeah, and anyway, yeah. There's strategy I've learned as a seller for sure. You try not to offer things until like it's proper, because if I'm just like, hey, I can give you a partial refund, or I can just ship you a new dongle. Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to ship a new dongle in that case because I won't be able to pair it, but, well, maybe if I had one that's like already paired and I just misplaced it or something. Anyway, yeah, in general, people are pretty receptive too. Like, so I have something like 300, like I have over 300 items sold, and I've been doing it for, I want to say around 2-ish years, maybe a little bit more than that. And there definitely have been, I've had probably about 4 bad apples. And those 4 bad apples, unfortunately, just ruin your day. They just ruin your day, dude. They'll leave negative, I mean, I had one guy leave negative feedback because he didn't like the product. It had nothing to do with me. I think he just thought he was leaving like, I just woke up one morning with negative feedback for a keyboard, like a new in-box keyboard I had shipped to a dude. And he's just like, yeah, the keyboard doesn't like support the macros that I like, but it's like a good quality keyboard, and the seller shipped it fast. And I'm like, okay. So I message him back, and this guy, he has like a YouTube account, and he's like sold stuff. Like, he had sold it, like, I want to say a couple hundred items, so like he knows what's up. And yet he still is just like, didn't respond to me at all, because I said, hey, can you revise your feedback? Like, also, I'll offer a free return. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't want to get negative feedback. And of course, just ghosted me. And it's like really frustrating. So as a seller, we cannot leave feedback to buyers unless it's positive. So apparently it used to be you could leave negative feedback as a seller, but it resulted in too much retaliatory negative feedback. But I don't know. I think it should go kind of both ways. I don't know, because that's like how Airbnb operates, you know? Airbnb and VRBO, right? The hosts can leave reviews of the renters. Now, I get that's like more involved than just buying a product online, but so this disassembly, each one, if I do this quickly, it's probably going to be like 45 minutes per mouse. I'm going to ramble a little bit, which means I might go a little bit slower. We'll see how well I do, if I can autopilot this appropriately. Man, I need to get my twist tie spool back up here. Gotta remember to do that. So yeah, eBay, it's definitely like a worthwhile thing. Like, it's better than Mouse Market because, okay, the major con to eBay, pretty much the only con to eBay, is the fees. For gaming mice, it's around 15% fees. There's different fee amounts per category. Like, for example, if you sell a car on eBay, they don't do 15% fees because that would be insane. So they do like, I think it's like a certain percentage up to an amount. I actually bought my Subaru Forester XT, if you feel like looking up a picture. It's a 2004 Subaru Forester XT in champagne gold. And I bought that back in 2017 from eBay Motors. I met up with the guy. I had been shopping for one. Like, I knew this was the vehicle I wanted. It was just a matter of finding one that checked all my boxes. I'm driving, so I live in Michigan. I'm driving north on I-75. And my dad is driving because we're going to meet up with my cousin to go do like a kayaking trip on the other side of the state. I'm browsing eBay Motors. Yeah, I might be able to use this. I'm browsing eBay Motors. This Subaru Forester pops up for sale in Indianapolis, Indiana, at like a good price, low mileage, and I'm like, huh, this is a pretty good listing. So I'm looking through it. There's like a Carfax history on that you can look at on eBay. And I say to my dad, hey, you know, I've been looking for a car for a little bit. Could we maybe go take a look at this one together today? And he's like, wait, what? You know, we're like, we got a place to be. But I'm like, it's just in Indianapolis. And as we're going north on 75, we got to then take I-69 towards Lansing to go west. And I-69, if you just keep taking it, instead of going west, it starts going south towards Indianapolis. And there's a little bit of back and forth. And I mean, my dad trusts me with like researching things. He's like, yeah, I mean, we can text your cousin that we're going to be a bit late and go do this. And so then I kick it into high gear. Man, can this come out, please? Oh, I forgot one screw. I kick it into high gear, then like trying to contact the eBay seller and be like, yo, can I come take a look at the car? Like, I'm driving. I have plans this weekend, but I can do this before my weekend plans. I can be there in like however long I said it I would be there in. Am I getting my screws mixed up here? A little bit. Where are the other pan heads then? What? Whatever, I'll figure that out later. And eventually the dude replies back. We meet up there. He's a young kid. His dad is with him. God, I remember. The kid was in high school. His girlfriend had just started college, and he wanted a car that was better on gas because Subarus are really bad on gas. At least these turbocharged ones. You're looking at like 20 miles per gallon. Out of a 4-cylinder. Am I missing any screws here? Why is it not coming out? And yeah, we did the transaction. He was a nice guy. His dad, I remember, was a pastor. It was at 117,000 miles. I bought it for, he was asking $5,800 on eBay. And eBay would have taken fees, but I paid cash in person. And I was going to offer less, especially knowing that he wasn't going to have to pay fees. but I just gave him the full amount because he was really honest. He even like went and got the car washed before I showed up. So you could just tell he was like an honest kid. Man, why is this not coming out? Do I have all the screws? I feel like the other ones just popped right out. Or just manhandle it. Mother trucker dude, get out of there. So I paid him the full $5,800 that he was asking. He was happy. It was funny though, so he was still in high school, but his girlfriend... Man. His girlfriend... Oh, there is one, maybe one that I forgot. Son of a gun. His girlfriend was going to college, like kind of a ways away, and, you know, he wanted to go visit her, kind of a thing. Fast forward me into having the car for... There we go. For like a year or two. And I go to get the spare tire out one day, I think just to clean it, and there's a spool of condoms beneath the spare tire hidden. I was like, lol. He had to hide that from his dad. Yeah, this stupid mouse, they put these little side grips in here that, you know, it's rubberized sides, but if you do too much rubbing with isopropyl alcohol, you'll start like disintegrating the rubber. So usually toothbrush and isopropyl alcohol work great, but... Song here is killing me. Oh, is it too loud? I don't know how the volume levels are. I can change the music if you want. Message me another one. I'll change it to whatever you want. It has to be DMCA free, because I don't want you guys to get ads on these live streams. Alright, there we go. Body's out. Sure, we'll set that over here. Well, I don't know, it would be kind of nice if it's on camera for you guys, so sure, we'll go right there. So I've loved that Subaru Forester. Unfortunately, it's kind of a rust bucket now. I was just underneath it doing some work on the brakes last weekend, and yeah, it's getting pretty rusty under there, to the point where it's like getting a little bit questionable. Like, I can't jack it up from where the pinch welds are anymore. I can't put my jack stands under there, they're too rusted and gone, which that rust is just going to keep migrating itself till it's closer to the control arm mounts, and then that's like pretty questionable to even drive it. Sad. Used to be like the possession I cared for the most. But things change, I guess. That's what happens when you live in a state where they salt the roads. Salt life sucks, especially in Japanese cars. Yep, salt life does suck. Yep. And there certainly are certain cars where they handle it better. Certainly. Like nowadays, actually a lot of modern cars, they have like plastic fender liners, which is really awesome. So it's funny, it looks kind of cheap. I remember when they first came out, they looked kind of cheap to me, but functionally, they're great. Especially the ones that like wrap all the way up over the outside. So like the next vehicle I want is I want a small truck. So I have my eyes set on a Hyundai Santa Cruz. And yeah, they have this like the goofy looking exterior plastic liner. They have this like goofy looking bump up on the top middle of the fender liner, and I think it just looks cheap. It's like an accent thing, and yeah. But yeah, plastic fender liners are definitely helpful. I remember the last G604 I did on the last stream, I put it all back together, and then I forgot to put the diffuser in. The diffuser's this little white needle, this clear needle thing right in the middle. Ugh. So I had to fully disassemble to this point just to put that back in. Lol. Alright, now we gotta do the little cheat code to take out the scroll wheel. So the scroll wheel, it uses this like slide pin here. So first of all, the scroll wheel design, this is how Logitech does a lot of their tilt infinite scroll wheels. So here's the switch to go infinite versus... Yep. And how that works, it's... See this arm right here? This metal arm? So they have like a little indexing mechanism that moves the arm. And when it's engaged, it rubs on the ribs here on the inside of the wheel. And then they use an optical... It's not even an encoder, it's just an optical pinwheel for the scroll wheel. See all those slits there if my camera decides to focus, yeah. And then for the tilting, they have this whole thing on a pivot. On a pivot mount. There's two little springs up here to help kind of keep the whole carriage floating. This entire transparent piece is like a carriage, I'm calling it. And then when you tilt the wheel, you have little... Sorry, the lighting's not great here. I'm working on it, guys. I got my... I'm going to the Xfinity store today to finally get my stupid Pixel unlocked and activated. Hopefully it works. I'm going to be a boomer and have to go to the store because I've talked to 3 different... Okay, so I lift up and lift out. So yeah, if you saw that, to get this slide thing out, I had to lift up and over. Little cheat code that you have to know there. And... Now I have to lift this up and out, and I have to watch the 2 springs on the front. So these 2 springs here. And these are teeny tiny. I mean, there's some... Oh, the other one just popped out. Like literally me just setting it down there and it popped out. There it is, okay. And sometimes when you drop these, they just yeet themselves and they're just gone. So I'm going to put those on a magnet. I had a magnet last stream. Where did I put that magnet? Oh, it's in the corner. Yeah, I'm not going to use that anymore. There we go. Put those on the magnet so they don't go away. Logitech 604. I'm willing to give up 5 to 10 grams to get a tilt wheel and more mice. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, we have some kind of lightweight, quote-unquote, productivity mice out there. Like, Keychron has done some stuff. But yeah, Logitech must have a pretty decent patent on this design because their tilt infinite scroll mechanism is pretty good. I know, like, the Razer Basilisk has, like, a adjustable tension to the scroll wheel, but as cool as that is, I think it's kind of like hot swap switches. Once you find one that a setting that you like, you don't really deviate. So I question how useful it actually is in the long run. I don't know. Hot swap switches from an enthusiast standpoint is... I get that more. I guess I shouldn't be equating those two things. But, I don't know. Like, hot swap mechanical keyboards, the real advantage is just ease of assembly and cleaning and disassembly. It's like, I don't know, do people with hot swap keyboards actually swap their entire Switch setup, like, every 6 months or something? I don't know, maybe there are people who do that. I don't. I just find a Switch and I stick with it. Or, I mean, keyboards are so darn cheap, you could even just have multiple keyboards, though maybe that's like a really privileged take. Yeah, get this stupid thing out. There we go. Yeah, so just to get to this PCB where the 2 bad switches are, you have to disassemble the entire thing except for the side button PCB. One of the mice, I have this button is bad. This is middle mouse right here, actually. That's how Logitech does that. This little gold thing. So, on one of these it's bad, and I have more of these little buttons, and I don't know where I put them. Oh good, Nova's here. You guys want to see the doggy instead of me? Although I'm going to kind of block the doggy. It's useful because you can get to the point you want to keep it and not that you're supposed to be playing with the settings. Yeah. I don't know. I guess my take is I would much rather have an infinite scroll than an adjustable, than a scroll with like an adjustable. Oh wow, yeah, magnets in that. with an adjustable tension. Alright, let's get to desoldering. I don't know what time, how long ago did I start this stream? Yeah, I can see it on OBS, can't I? 35 minutes ago? Yeah, I started chatting at the beginning here, so I'm not gonna... This one's probably gonna take me more like an hour. I have 4 of them to go through here. We'll see if I get to all 4. I don't know if I will. Oh, man, I'm doing the wrong one. I'm dumb. Just turn up my fan. Will this solder smoke away from me? There we go. That switch is bad. Bye-bye. Next switch. Sometimes I worry. See how I'm holding my solder pen? I worry I'm gonna like go burn something as I'm handling it. Well, I listen to your streams as podcasts while doing other stuff, mostly aim training. Oh, wow, right on, dude. I appreciate you. Aura Gaming, have you been in chat before? If not, hello. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I don't really think... Yeah. So I need to stick with mouse-related content then. I gotta not talk about my cars that nobody cares about. Nah, I talk about whatever the heck I want. The trick is just to keep talking, I think, to be entertaining. Though sometimes I do struggle at multitasking, like talking and still doing what I'm trying to do. Also, if you guys sometimes see, I have 2 pairs of jaws on my helping hands here, and I switch them because this one, so the red here, it's literally just heat shrink tubing that I put over top of it to make it like a soft jaw. In fact, I might need to add a little bit more because over time they get a little, the teeth start cutting through. They haven't so far. I'll do another layer, sure. I'll show you guys how I do that. I will do, should we change up the color? Should I go to white? Yeah, sure, I can do that. If I can just like slide this on. I think that's as far as she's gonna go. Okay, so we'll snip it there. Oh! But yeah, so when I made that Twitter post being like, man phalange with 600 mice in his basement, I got 2 replies that were like, why? Which is just hilarious, because I forgot that, like, some people don't, I guess some people will see a retweet of this or something, or see that one of their friends liked it, and they don't know me, that I do, like, refurbing and modding, and they just think I have, like, some sort of mental illness, which maybe I do. First time, just look most of the time. Well, right on, dude. I always wonder, like, who the heck... I look at the view count of these VODs. Sorry, I'm gonna do this off well, I'll do it on this camera. I look at the view count of these VODs, and I'm like, who the heck watches the VODs of live streams? Like, I'm just sitting here rambling about nonsense, but people do. And I always wonder who that might be, so thank you guys for doing that. So the reason I do DMCA free music is so that the people on the VOD don't have to deal with ads. I don't monetize my live streams, actually. Oh, they're getting a little sticky because they're still kind of warm. I don't have any water to dunk them in. Put them on some cold scissors. Anyway, that's why I do the soft... Oh, wait. I can just put them on the PCB. That'll work. Yeah, I don't monetize the live streams. I know, sorry, you regular listeners out there, I repeat myself a lot. That is something I've learned about, like, podcasting, though. It's, like, generally okay to repeat yourself as long as you're succinct with it. Thanks. That's the point. Rambles on a general topic that's somewhat interesting and have that in the background. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. What was I talking about with my Forester, though? I don't know. One of my gaming buddies, though, he had his midlife crisis. Well, not actually midlife crisis. He needed a new car. He had been driving the same old beat up, well, not really beat up. I mean, he took care of it, but a Honda Fit manual. He wants a stick shift. It's so funny because he's such a family guy. He has 6 kids and stay-at-home wife, and he's a good guy. But he went and got an Acura Integra Type S with a, what is it, a 6-speed manual? Like, what a great man. I remember, like, he was telling me that he wanted one, and I was like, you know, okay, well, here's some other cars you could check out, but honestly, like, that's a pretty solid choice. And he knows that he, like, paid an Acura tax for it, that the Honda Civic is, like, a similar powertrain or something, but he was like, he liked the styling more, interior more, all these things, and he had just sold a house, so I think he had the money from that, too. I need switches is what I need now, so it's been a few Omron mechanicals here. So, yeah, and he got it in this really, really nice, like, flat gray with red and black accents, and it looks really good. I'm not like a huge car enthusiast, though it is like a good life skill to have in general. This one feels pretty good. These all felt pretty okay, but I do try to, I don't know, I want consistent click feel. The shell design of this actually makes clicks feel pretty decent. If you want kind of a spongier, spammable click feel. This one feels defective. That one feels good. Alright. Let's just double check these one more time. Yep, good. Tactile, but a little bit spongy, which is, I think, what Logitech wanted when they... Yeah, I kind of have to bin these switches. These are, like, Chinese switches, so they feel a little bit cheaper. And I think they're only rated for 20 million clicks. But, I don't know. I feel like the click rating just doesn't really matter. I don't know. I have a pretty, like, jank way of soldering, don't I? So, the problem is with these switches is, with all switches, come on, get in there, is you have to, let's try putting some solder on it. You have to get them flush. There we go. So that's why I have my finger on it. I'm actually pressing with my finger as I'm soldering to make sure it's nice and flush. It might be a smarter way to do it, but I don't know. This is fast. So that's what I do. And sometimes my helping hands, it has a nice cast iron base here, so I'll often just set it on top like that so it doesn't wiggle around. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera. There we go. Yep, not my prettiest work, but they work. Oh shoot, did I not press that one down? Did it come off a little bit? Son of a gun. I might have to press this one down a little bit more and then check that the switch still feels good. There we go, I think I felt that move. Yeah, looks good now. Okay, good. I have burned myself on my soldering iron before, plenty of times. It's bad, though. If you, like, really get good contact on the tip with your finger, it's bad. Like, because this iron is so hot and so concentrated, like, your skin will turn white. I've gotten a blister before. Alright, so let's put it back together so that I can actually test it. Make sure the click steel feel good. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think this one's gonna feel good. Okay. Soldering iron off to save a little bit of power. And then let's go to the reassembly. So soldering took me about 10 minutes there. Wow, yeah. Things always take longer than what you think, huh? That is a good, like, if I could tell any young person starting a job, particularly any job that's, like, project-based, like how engineering is, that'd be my advice. When somebody asks you how long it takes you to do something, think of how long it would take you to do it, and then double it. So, like, if you ask me, how long does it take you to solder in 2 micro switches? I'd be like, oh, 10 minutes. Maybe that's, like, the time it takes to, like, only, like, do the soldering part. But you gotta remember that you gotta check it, you gotta bin the switches, etc., etc. So, it's not really just 10 minutes. So, in this mouse, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's one special screw somewhere. 6 different types of screws. But now that I've done 2 of them, I kind of know, based on the very small difference in how some of the screws look, which ones go where. Yeah, on the first stream, I just like organized them by size, and then I guessed, and I was pretty much right. I had to redo like 2 of them, but I didn't cross-thread anything, so that's all that matters. And I gotta not forget the diffuser, and I gotta not forget the springs. I'm also like having to use a more specialized long skinny screwdriver bit. It seems to be working well. What else do we want to talk about, guys? 13 people watching this crap content? Yeah, you guys are cool as heck, but maybe not if this is what you're doing. I don't know. How about, where's everyone from? Where's everyone? Oh, I need to put the springs back in. Do I need anything else here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Scroll wheel goes in next. Yeah, how about where are you guys all from? I know Mr. LKL is from Estonia. Oh, shoot. Hey, Porch Monkey from Germany. Good to see you. So it's, what, about 4 in the afternoon for you? 4:14 in the afternoon? Coming up on dinner time for you? Man, I want to go to Germany. Yeah, there's an international travel I would love to do. Something crazy is actually what seeing all my viewers from different parts of the world has made me like want to internationally travel a little bit more. Same goes for like mouse stuff and factories all being in like east coast of China. Like I kind of want to go to China. There's a travel YouTuber who I sometimes watch called Drew Binksy or something. He's a little bit cringe sometimes with the, TikTok YouTuber personality content, but he does focus on like going and meeting real people, and he's traveled in all sorts of countries, so he really has is an expert in that, I guess. Australia. Nice. Yeah, my wife and I would love to go to Australia. Koalas are her favorite animal. Yeah. Is it true that kangaroo translates to I don't know what you're saying? Because like English people showed up there and saw the Aboriginals and saw these weird critters jumping around, and they asked them like, what are these? And the Aboriginals or native, well, maybe not Aboriginals, but natives replied kangaroo, which meant I don't know what you're saying. Is that true? Or is that just like a entertainment tale? Australia's cool too, man. Yeah. I think Australia, it's more palatable for us dumb Americans to travel to because of English speaking, and culturally, it's not a huge culture shock compared to like what going to Japan might be, for example. Oh no, one recommendation I do have for American, I guess the downside to going to Australia from the US, it's cost. You know, it's an expensive plane ticket, a long ride. So you're gonna want to maximize your time there. But I would love to go. Is the Finding Nemo address a real place? What is it, like 866 Wallaby Way or whatever it was? Is that a real place? That'd be funny if it is. Alright, those switches are in. They feel good. Let's give them a wipe down while I still have it disassembled here. Yep, for disinfecting I just use isopropyl alcohol on a rag. This is actually a microfiber cloth though, but I find it has nice long fibers, which is good for getting into cracks. Yeah, let's do this one. This one, they goobered it. So let's clean that up. Yeah, I would like to go to Germany. I'd like to go to Australia, but the place I recommend to Americans who maybe want to feel like going to a different country without having to get a passport is, I had a cousin who got married in Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so they still take U.S. dollar. You don't need a passport to go there. But I mean, you go there and you're effectively on a Spanish-speaking Caribbean island. I mean, so we went to San Juan and stayed there for a bit, did touristy things there, and then we went to, and San Juan is, so that's the capital city, and it's like an old, you know, Spanish fortress too. Like the city has walls all around it on the sea, and so there's like cool, you can see the cannons and you can walk along the walls. There's also like a lot of stray cats, but they're really nice. Yeah, so I guess like cats, I guess, used to be like an important thing in shipping, like way back in the day, because mice, you know, rodents would infest your food stores and have babies and poop all over things, and mice, yeah, cats were a best way to get rid of that. Anyway, there's cats all over the city. So we did touristy things there. I remember there's a large cruise liner that ports there, so there was like on the Friday, Saturday night or whatever that we were there when the cruise ship came in, it was partying all night long. Not us, because I was like with my family. We did more like, I don't know, family vacation stuff while people are down at Senior Frogs getting loud. And then the wedding was in more inland, so it's true. European settlers didn't understand the native Aboriginals. It was a mistake. Oh, that's a true story. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, I will take your word for it, Our Gaming. Yeah, Australia is cool. Just islands just have, you know, islands will often be interesting biodiversity because it's like island locked. But does that mean that you guys have even more of a problem with invasive species compared to other places? Maybe. I know here in Michigan we have problems with zebra mussels are one. Zebra mussels, like the mussels like shellfish. Gobies, like Chinese gobies, they're a bottom-feeding Chinese fish, and they make their way into the ballast tanks of ships that go from, you know, the St. Lawrence Seaway into the Great Lakes from the ocean. And then they dump them out, you know, they offload their ballast tanks or whatever, and with it comes a bunch of sea life. And I think that's how the zebra mussels also came on. They stick to the hulls of ships. So growing up, sometimes we would go goby fishing in Lake Michigan. Me and my cousin, and even my wife, girlfriend at the time, came and did that with us. So normally there's fishing limits here in the U.S. unless you have certain exemptions, like if you're Native American. You can only, I mean, there's no like season for fishing as far as I know. I mean, maybe there is in terms of like your probability of catching something, but not in terms of like when you can take things home, like how deer hunting and such is. So, gobies though, because they're invasive species, the DNR, the Department of Natural Resources, their mandate. Oh, these clicks feel great. Their mandate is if you catch a goby, you don't release it back in. You caught one, kill it. Because they're invasive species. So there's no limit to fishing for gobies. And they're so darn easy to catch because they're bottom feeders. So you just put a bunch of weights on your... I'm not a big into fishing, but I'll tell this story. You put a bunch of weights on your line. Just send it all the way to the bottom till it hits the bottom. Then reel it up just a little bit off the bottom. Then you sit there and wait. And as soon as you feel one, you pull it up. And I remember it was a lot of fun. You just keep catching them, keep catching them. They bite at a lot of different things. I mean, it would be pretty hard to get it to bite on a hook without anything on the hook, but it happened a few times. And so you catch a whole bunch, and then we would feed them to the seagulls. Seagulls would be all swarming us because they know that we're giving away fish. Yeah, it was fun. You can get a whole bucket full. You don't eat them or anything, as far as I know. I don't know. Maybe some people out there would, but we didn't. We just fished them for the sport. And didn't feel bad because they were hurting the ecosystem, so maybe we were helping in a very small way. King toads was a big one. Oh, okay. Yeah. King toads in Australia. Yeah, so islands usually have a pretty locked biodiversity because they're islands. So I don't know if that makes them even more susceptible to invasive species. Make sure these side buttons are all nicely disinfected. Yeah, goby fishing was fun. They're ugly little fish. Yeah, occasionally I watch Hank Green on YouTube, and he talks about biology stuff every now and then, and I like his biology stuff. He's one of those YouTubers who, it's crazy, he has like over 2 million subscribers, but he does pretty much just talking content. So there's probably some people out there who are like, this is so incredibly boring, but he's a pretty engaging personality. You know, I guess if you were to classify like his category, it would be like science education, maybe, but of course done in a very, you know, he does very palatable subjects that are relatable, and he does it in a, you know, entertaining way. And apparently he also does stand-up comedy. But yeah, Hank Green, it's interesting. He's a good watch. He does get a little bit political sometimes, so like, but I don't know. I think the fun part about watching him or other creators like that, it's when somebody is passionate about a subject, it just makes them so much more entertaining to listen to. Yeah. Passion's important. Most certainly. I don't really think... Let's see. Somebody asked on a previous live stream, what do I do outside of mice? Mice is a lot of what I do. I really do enjoy this. But it's come in waves throughout my life. So the other time, this is definitely the most I've been into mice. But I was also pretty big into them when I was playing Star Wars Battlefront. And I had like a spreadsheet with different burst fire, EE3 burst fire timings for different mice. And yeah, Battlefront was probably my peak time in gaming, I would say. I just remember going to college, going to class, and like being incredibly excited to get home and hop on the games with the boys. We had a pickup game Discord. That was an incredible amount of fun. And I was like one of the better players too, so it felt cool to have like a lot of respect there. Though I have to admit it was like big fish, small pond kind of a thing. I've been in the Discord now and I watched some gameplay stuff, and like the people who are top players now are definitely better than I was. That's how a lot of games go though, you know? Like the more mature a game gets. Like, is there a skill gap between like CS 1.6 players and CS 2 players? Ooh. There might be. Just any sport. I mean, like, look at, like, basketball from... I don't know, like, I'm not big into sports, but, like, could a college basketball team today beat an NBA team from 50 years ago? Maybe. We just, as humans, get so much better at figuring out how sports and games are supposed to be played. Whether it's in training and practice, or even in, like, team strategy, right? We also talk about, like, how metas change. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about games where the meta, where there will be a meta, and then maybe it gets patched? Like, are metas a bad thing? So I definitely think that I don't think a good game is not... Having a meta does not make a game inherently bad. A good game makes sure that there still are, like, fun ways to play the game without just doing the meta. But in general, games will have metas, right? I mean, it's just... There will be a most popular build, or... Wait, why is this not going in, brother? So in Battlefield 2042 that I no longer play, RIP, because the game's dead. A popular meta... Yeah, why is that, like, crushed? PP29. It was a slower fire rate SMG, but it would 4-hit, while most other SMGs were a 5-hit kill. And it had decent range. But the big thing was, it had a really fast reload with a 65-round mag. So, like, even if it wasn't the best gun of the game, for, like, target switching degenerates, it's big mag, fast reload. Perfect for target switching. So, like, that's always going to be the meta there. But what about... But it also was just straight up the meta because it was, like, the best SMG. And then for, like, assault rifles, I think assault rifles are a little bit more balanced. But Battlefield's one of those games where there's, like, so many different roles that you can play as. Both in terms of the class system, but also just in terms of, like, how you can play the game. So I don't think metas are, like, a problem in that game, especially since the player base seems to get kind of casual. But what about more sweaty games like an Overwatch or something, right? I got out of Overwatch at around the time the, like, dive meta was really big. Did that make the game less fun to play? Maybe? I don't know. I guess it can make it less fun to play if just the combat starts getting same old, same old. Particularly if it means, like, okay, well, to counter this meta, I need to play this character who I don't really enjoy playing as, but sure, I guess that's what I have to do for the win. But then things get patched. And then the meta changes when there's a patch. I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe games should just stick the way they are, but then I think that's maybe only to an extent. Metas can still make the game less fun. Man, a lot goes into balancing a game early on though, huh? I wonder if that's a fun or frustrating part of game development, is balancing things. Like, I think as a player, it sounds really fun because you get to take something fun like actually playing the game and put data to it. But at the same time, as a developer, it might be really frustrating because there's probably a point at which you're picking the lesser of two evils. Like maybe you're accepting that certain weapon or certain build is just not going to be that popular, but like if you tweak it one hair more and it's unfair in the other direction, so then I don't know, maybe I have to choose like, do I make it unfairly good or unfairly bad? I don't know. I would wonder though, from a game development side, if that's something that like developers actually enjoy, because I mean that's like kind of end game development, right? You're towards the end of the development cycle and you're min-maxing things. Or maybe it's really frustrating and you realize like a certain build is entirely unfair and no matter what numbers you tweak on it, it's always going to be unfair. So then you either have to like kill off a feature that's core to that build that's defining of that build because it's just an unfair feature. You know, like I wonder how many heroes Blizzard has scrapped in Overwatch. Just like ideas that hit the meeting room boards, they begin development, they begin implementation, maybe they even begin testing. Like private testing. And it just is not fair, no matter which way you slice it. I wonder. You're not alone in that opinion. A lot stopped playing because they got tired of the meta for months on months. It becomes stale. Yeah. By the way, Ara, I don't know, you might not be watching live that, or it seems like there's like a there's a long time delay in your replies. Okay, that was my Windows sound, I apologize. Alright, left click, works good, right click, looks good. Let's go on to the mouse double click test. I boosted up volume level on the music ever so slightly, so let me know if that's a problem, guys. Alright, I'm checking middle mouse here. Sorry, I'll move the camera so you guys can at least see my bright ass neon back. That middle mouse feels good. That's the one other thing that usually goes bad. Those feel good. Check the numbers. Yeah, these side buttons on these G604s seem to be pretty decent most of the time. Cool. That seems to be working okay. Alright, let's try double clicking. Brand new switches, baby. They feel good. Yep, no drag clicking. These look pretty good. Oh, DPI adjustment. Up, 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 down, down, down. Cool. And DPI shift works. Cool, right on. This guy's fully working. Nice. Yeah, this one, the rubber is in pretty good shape. Sorry, my Windows sound. This rubber's in pretty good shape, but there's still some dirt bits in it. I guess I can try getting those out with a toothpick. I have to be careful though not to dig into the rubber because this is like a surprisingly soft rubber, gummy kind of rubber. Yeah, toothpicks work pretty good though because wood's kind of soft, you know, I mean against the rubber I could definitely puncture the rubber, but toothpicks are such a good little tool to have for little hobbyist things like this. Look at how crappy that looks though, huh? I think this rubber is just like too porous. I'm not even talking about these little nodules that are in here, like in the mold, but it just seems like this rubber is too porous. Maybe I should try water instead of isopropyl alcohol. Maybe I'll try some of that. What's a container I can put some water in? I can do this. Top cap of this? Yeah, I can do this. Oh, that's grease, though. Oh, I wonder if silicone grease would actually kind of hurt it. I don't know. Silicone on the rubber should be fine. But I wonder if it'll help kind of suspend the dirt particles in the grease, and then I can wipe the grease away. Let's try something here. Maybe this is a really bad idea. Who knows? This might be a terrible idea. Oh, we're doing it live. Do gamers not clean their mice? Not these gamers, dude. These are some Best Buy, like, normie gamers, dude. This is not... Yeah. Like, inherently, the r/mouse review and mouse Twitter people, these are people who care way, way, way more about their peripherals than normies. So, keep that in mind. Man, I have seen some questionable crusty fluids on some of these mice. Because these returns here, I've said this before, but these returns are usually one of two things. Either one, they are people who legitimately had like a warranty claim, and they have a double clicking switch like I just demonstrated. So that's most of them, but probably at least around 10% are there's nothing wrong with the mouse. It's just maybe they're just leveraging the like final day of the warranty's valid and just getting a free mouse by returning this and saying that something on it works. Or it might even be like maybe they have an extended protection plan and so they are entitled to do that. And there's nothing wrong with the mouse, but the store can't refurbish it or resell it because it's so gunked up in gamer juice. So yeah, a few of these are absolutely disgusting. I took some pictures. You might be able to find in my post history on Reddit. I took some pictures of a couple G703s that were terrible. I mean, just the side grips being just encrusted. So that's why before I do disassembly, the very first thing I do is I disinfect. And then I'll go through, I'll do my refurbishing like you guys just witnessed, and then I'll go back and disinfect again. There's certain parts of the mouse that's easier to clean when it's disassembled, like the main buttons. These rubber grips I'm doing at the end here because that's all that really matters. Or because I can totally access it. And I think cleaning these matters a lot because it's a very telltale sign that it's been used. Yeah, so I don't know, like, regarding the whole eBay refurbishing thing, I'm probably putting in more effort than what a lot of people would. Especially since, I mean, these I'm going to sell for a decent amount of money, so I think I'm carrying more than I normally would. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's not, like, perfect, but that's pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm done there. Okay. I'll even wipe down the dongles, too, because the dongles get a little oxidized sometimes. Yeah, like this one's kind of stained. I don't know if we can see this here. Oh, can I kind of scratch at that? Oh, I can a little bit. Alright, I'll try wiping that down a little bit better. Should I try the silicone grease on this one too? I'm just gonna put grease on everything. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying something. It's so funny, these dongles are so shiny. Every once in a while I'll flick it upward and it reflects the work light in my eye and I'm like, oh. Let's see if this did anything. Crazy people still buy these mice. I hated all the mice I owned with rubber side grips. Yeah, there's probably some people who absolutely love it, though. I'm sure the manufacturers like that that the meta is getting away from this, because it's another manufacturing process, overmolding. That's a process I don't know a ton about. Oh, no way, the silicone grease thing worked. Huh. Yeah, overmolding, I don't exactly know how it totally works. My understanding, it's something to do with, like a second injection molding. And then I don't know if it's, like, heat pressed together. You can see these, like, ribs in here. Yeah, I'm sorry, my lighting is so bad, and that's because it's the stupid cameras and the... Yeah, I'm working on it, guys. We'll get better gear eventually. We'll get better gear eventually. Alright, let's do a little bit of super gluing. Super glue that grip on. And then this mouse is going to be donezo. Oh, let me wipe down the magnets. See, the magnets get a little bit of, like, surface oxidation on them. If I can get this to focus. Wow, like, please? There we go. Yeah, it's not really showing up. It's too bright, maybe. Let's try this. Yeah, still not great. There's like a little bit of like a bluish, greenish, kind of like how like rusted copper looks. Just a little bit of that on some of the magnets. So we'll clean those up too. Yeah, so higher value things on eBay, I do tend to take more time into them because, one, it's just the right thing to do. When somebody spends more money on something, I mean, you want to make sure that they have more skin in the game. So, like, so should you. But the other thing is, in the event that, like, I do mess up on a mouse, you know, one of the things I can offer as the seller. So let's say I sell something really cheap. I just sold the other day an Aerox 3 wired. I sold it for $21. After fees and shipping, I made like $14 on it. Oops. One thing I can do, if the person has a problem with it, if I send them a label, it'll be $6 for them to get it back to me. I'm gonna have to spend $6 on a label for them, and then if I sell it again, I'm gonna spend like another $6 in shipping. So like the $14 that I profited just doesn't. Yeah. And I have to return all that. So often I'll just be like, just keep it. And if I say just keep it, that only really works with low value items. If for something $100 though, I would be like, yeah, I want that back because I want to resell it again. Check this here. Also, the rubbing alcohol helps with odors. Occasionally you'll get a smoker's mouse. And smoker's mice are... The plastic ones aren't too bad. You can usually just wipe them down real good with isopropyl alcohol and they'll be okay. But with rubber side grips, yeah, that often means no good. Okay, we'll try this here. Oh, it's coming through that crack there? Oh, son of a gun. Oh, shoot. Well, that's not good. Nuts. That might leave a mark. Crap. Well, so much for that rubber grip being in great condition. Maybe I should have just left it be all flappy. Now it's going to have my fingerprint on the other side. Yeah. So what it is I guess the rubber had like a small slit in it. And the super glue kind of came through that. So I guess super glue is supposed to press and hold it for a little bit. And then I have to talk about something here. The last time I talked about super glue itself and how I think Veritasium has a video on it. It's called cyanoacrylate is the actual like name of it. And how it was developed because it was like Kodak or somebody was trying to make like rifle scopes. And they were playing with different resins that would dry really clear. And cyanoacrylate was good, except it was incredibly sticky. And then the inventor of it, the scientist, came back to it like the other, like the other, you know, fast forward, and he's like, wait a second, maybe the stickiness is actually really helpful. And they used it at some point for, in the military for like wound treatment, to like seal up wounds, and it does work really well as that, and I've done that before at work. But I've already explained all this before. I don't know, did anyone in chat also mod mice? Anyone here ever consider like refurbing like what I'm doing? So tricks to refurbing are, you need a decent selling platform. It's too bad that eBay's expense, like kind of high fees, but it's offset by there's more eyeballs on it. So I still prefer to sell on eBay over Mouse Market. I might list a couple things to Mouse Market because sometimes enthusiast stuff goes better on Mouse Market, particularly high value stuff where the fees are then a higher percentage or a higher dollar amount. So for example, oh, here's an example. Okay. WR Mouse B-Stacks. Maybe that's not a good example. Lamzu Maya Purple Shadow. On eBay, I'd probably list it for like 70, 80. And on Mouse Market, I'd probably list it for, yeah, like 70, 75. So I'm just going to list it on Mouse Market probably. However, let's take a mouse that's like Pulsar X-Lite V3 Founders that I'm looking at right now. Let me grab it for you guys. This mouse on Mouse Market wouldn't go for a ton because it's like just an X-Lite V3 ES, but then it's the Founders Edition, so like, I don't know, maybe $50, $60 on Mouse Market. On eBay, I could probably list it for like 80, and someone will probably offer like 70, and I'll take that. So I can definitely ask higher for something like this because Pulsar is a little bit more of a normie brand because it's sold in Micro Center and stuff. And Mouse Market does not care as much about special editions as eBayers do. Yeah. Bummer. Yeah, look at the side grip here. It looks like glossy, and that's from the super glue. I don't know if I can do anything about that. Like, I'm glad that I got it back down, but I don't know if I can really do anything about that. I believe you can use, to get super glue off, I believe you can use mineral spirits or vinegar or something. Hang on, let me Google that. Let's try something on stream. Market here, hard in Vietnam, and I have no money. Yeah. Good to see you again, CDK. So, yeah, that's the other thing. It's the marketplace, just in general, supply and demand curve, right? So on eBay, there's more demand because there's more eyeballs. So you can ask a little bit more money. So if I look up how to remove super glue, I think it's acetone-based nail polish, or rubbing alcohol. I can try rubbing alcohol, but I'm not putting acetone on that rubber grip because I will just... I could have sworn it was like... I could have... Yeah, okay, people are saying rubbing alcohol? I feel like I should know this. I feel like I keep rubbing alcohol here all the time. I'll try just a little bit here. And I'm just going to do a quick wipe. Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, that's still there. No, that's still there. Like, initially it'll look good because it kind of makes the whole thing, like, glossy. No, yeah, once it dries, it doesn't look any different. Okay. Yeah, I've done this before. What did I use? It was like baby oil or mineral spirits. Baby oil, vinegar. Because, like, when you get it on your fingers, like, if you've ever stuck your fingers together, that kind of sucks. I'm on Loctite's website right now. Acetone. Warm soapy water. No. Google is not coming in clutch here. Not at all. I think in US general have more people with no knowledge about price, but buy stuff that fit into their budget. I don't entirely know what you mean about that. I mean, yeah, US definitely is like the biggest economy, you know. Like I saw a thing the other day showing how like the US uses the most oil in the world by like a good amount. Like even way more than China, even though China has like 4x our population. Vinegar, white vinegar, okay. I'm gonna go grab some white vinegar. I'll be right back. Hi, doggy. Hey, sweet doggy. Yeah, I thought it was vinegar is what I've used before. I thought it was either vinegar or baby oil. Oh yeah, we got a good amount of snow and the dog loves playing in the snow, so we'll have to do that later with the girl. Oh, let's see, white vinegar, white vinegar. I mean, are you saying CDK? Are you saying that American buyers are less educated? Because I wouldn't disagree with that. In general, if you have more spending ability, then you tend to make less informed decisions because it's like not a big deal. I mean, if you're making oh hi doggy, as I walked up the steps, she all stretched. You are so sweet, my girl. I love you, honey. Look at that fluffy buttsy, huh? Good girl. There's white vinegar. Boom. Yeah, let's put just a little bit. Oh man, how am I gonna do this? Let's get a new. Yeah, this huge thing of white vinegar. I mean, vinegar is cheap, right? Like this whole thing's probably only a few bucks. So, yeah, I suppose if you're like if you're a more well-off buyer, you don't feel the pressure of getting, of like potentially wasting money if you buy the wrong product. All right, white vinegar. Should I first test this on rubber and make sure it doesn't hurt the rubber? Do I have something rubberized I don't care about? How about the one with the broken side button? That seems fine on the rubber. Yeah, okay. It leaves behind like a bunch of water. Oh man. Nova, do you want to sniff white vinegar? It's really strong stuff. Can you smell that? I don't want it to like sniff it because it's really strong stuff. Yeah. But I know like one time I spilled some and she was really interested about it on the floor. I think she licked it. Alright, let's try it on this now. Hard to say if it's doing anything. Try a few whites here. No, the like water's like beating around it. I don't think it's really doing anything. Try like really rubbing it in. I guess I kind of want to be a little bit careful because I don't want to just debond the thing. I just want to get that gross looking top stuff off. No, I don't think. I don't know, chat. Does anyone know any other tricks for getting super glue out like this? Not white vinegar won't work. Should I try the silicone grease again? No, the silicone grease won't work. I'll do it, just because I don't know. I don't have to go downstairs to try something else. I probably could just move on, start the next mouse, and then come back to this because it's just an exterior thing. Oh shoot. Okay, well I guess I'm using my finger now. I'm just gonna try like massaging that in. I highly doubt this is gonna do anything at all, other than just make my mouse greasy. But I'm pretty sure I tried. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I tried minerals. What are mineral spirits exactly? Yep. Okay, silicone grease didn't do anything. Just makes the mouse shiny. Yeah, you gotta be careful because grease can really get everywhere. Yeah, I'm not even gonna use my rag for it because I don't want to get grease on the rag and then the rag is now unusable until I put it through the wash. Oh crap, we're starting to get some black on the with isopropyl alcohol, meaning we're putting too much. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It's definitely not ideal, though. Alright, well. I'm going to put it off to the side for now and move on to the next mouse. So what do we have here? Right mouse, middle mouse bad, all others okay. Probably do that one next. All okay, scroll, light clicks. Oh, interesting. So this one's totally functional, just the clicks. Yeah, left mouse is a little lightweight. Not cleaned. All okay, light click, scroll, tilt, sensor buttons. Okay. I mean, that's probably sellable in the condition that it is. I need to clean it, obviously. How does it feel to... Yeah, those do feel better. Yeah, I might still take those out. Okay. Because I have the switches, so why not? But I'll maybe do that one last. And then I want the broken side button. All else okay. Yeah, this one actually feels good. It just has a broken side button. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any replacements for that. Oh, this one says middle mouse bad. Oh, that's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay. Yeah, until I can find a replacement. So we'll do this one, and then I'll jump over to those other ones. Oh, and then my skates. Put the skates back on. These skates are still in good shape. It's funny, they kind of remind me of like silencer skates. The adhesive layer that they use is like a pretty dense foam. So they're actually pretty good feeling skates from like a noise perspective. But boy do they feel like it's that cheap black Teflon material stuff. Soldering irons off? Yeah, okay. It's funny, my soldering iron station, I actually have it upside down because it's the only way to get the power button like more accessible. The power button's on the side. Yeah. My little jank setup. So I need to, you guys know what I need to do is I need to announce we have a special guest on Mousecast this next week. This upcoming Thursday. We have I need him to confirm, but we have Jaku. So I think that's going to be the biggest creator by subscriber count on YouTube, I think. He's also pretty active on Twitter. But yeah, we're going to have Jaku on the pod. From Switzerland. I did not know he was Swiss. And I owe him the questions ahead of time because he was like, you know, being a non-native English speaker, he's like, I like to know that ahead of time. And it's just funny. He says he knows like 4 languages. Just crazy. Like as an American who only knows English, that just is like even more nuts. Okay. So this one that I cleaned, it still looks a little... Yeah, this one's in a little bit rough shape. This is one that I like fully disinfected, but you can see I went a little bit too hard with the isopropyl alcohol on the side. So Jaku actually had, I'll spoil this a little bit for the live stream viewers here. He's the first guest who, so we're going to do an interview. If he wants to stay on afterward, he can. I don't know if he'll be using his webcam. He did mention that he wanted to show off some stuff, so maybe, but I don't think we're going to see his face. More just like talking hand stuff, like what his actual content is. And he did for the first time we had a guest who wanted to like do a small segment of their own. It's more like a topic. It's more like he suggested a topic, which is he wants to talk about like his history with gaming mice. Because he's been in this space for, I want to say, I think he said since like 2013 or something, like longer than I have been. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna come back to cleaning this one later. Let's just move on with this one here. Yeah. So all okay, just light clicks. Yeah, alright. We'll still give this one some rehab. Would blue tack or something get at the holes a bit faster? Oh, interesting. I don't know. The thing is, like I said, the rubber's like porous. So so the like skin flakes that are all over these things, it's like embedded into the rubber. It's not just like it's not just like in the, oh man, these side buttons are gross. Ugh. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't be showing that on stream. So it's not just like in the little aesthetic grooves, it's like actually embedded in the rubber that's porous. So I don't know if blue tech, you're talking like the like blue sticky putty stuff that you used for like temporarily hanging posters, right? So I don't know if that would actually work. There might be like, you know, auto detailing, people who like clean cars. There's probably some really good tricks that you can learn from that industry, because they always have like really specialized tools for getting into nooks and crannies and for, yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some tool there that's like really good at getting things out of soft rubbers without destroying them. So I know like what I do to clean skates here is I'll put them on the side of, I guess, my container here, and then I just scrub, and you can see some of the, yep, it is getting some of the chunks off. Cool. And then we'll wipe those down. That's a good way to clean skates. You can do this with like your other skates too. I know some people complain about their skates getting dirty, getting like dust over them over time. So this is another method you can use for that. Oh, I forgot the center skate ring. Whoops-a-daisy. And again, I just use a flat head for peeling these up. Yeah, luckily these skates, they have like such a thick foam adhesive layer to them that I don't really worry about creasing them too much. They tend to keep their shape, which is good. Nice. Oops. Yeah, the isopropyl alcohol tends to make them want to come off of this, especially since this is just a polypropylene container, which is already like kind of anti-stick. Yeah, let me know if anyone has any ideas on how to remove super glue though. I could have sworn it was like, okay, I'm having some memory coming back to me. I remember getting super glue on my fingers and coming inside the house, and I like couldn't touch anything. And I asked Alexa what I could do, and she said, I think she said either white vinegar or mineral spirits, and I tried it and it worked. And I was like, wow, that actually just came in handy because I could not touch anything. I could not touch my phone to Google it. And Alexa actually was right. You know, I wonder how AI responses are going to change us culturally. Like, are we going to get better at asking for sources? Or are we going to get worse and more reliant? I don't know. Like, so often I see, like, my coworkers Google something, and they get the AI overview, and they regurgitate the AI overview answer as fact. And the challenge is that 4 out of 5 times it probably is right. But then that one other time that it's not, it's wrong, and now it's misinformation, and you're... Yeah. So... I try to always go and click on the actual source link that Gemini has there, that they provide. But I don't always. You know, because you kind of decide in your head if it's like, oh yeah, I believe that, so then you don't feel the need to go double check it, or maybe it's just such a trivial thing that you don't really care. Like the kangaroo question I had before, that's something that I like double check on because I had already kind of doubted if that was real information or not. But if I'm just Googling something like, I don't know, what's... So at work, maybe I'm looking for like the outside diameter of 2-inch Schedule 40 pipe. In that scenario, I might... So here's where a toothpick might come in handy here, guys, is I got hard plastic side buttons that are goobered up real good, and my brush isn't getting them. So, toothpick to the rescue. I won't scratch the plastic, but I still have strong enough to like get this grody-ness off of them. So this is a mouse that it was probably in fine condition, and Homeboy just decided to return it because, I don't know, he didn't like the mouse anymore or wanted a free upgrade. Because this one I've tested and it fully functions. I did note that the clicks feel kind of light. But given the condition of this mouse, I don't think Homeboy was that particular about his mouse, about the condition of the clicks. Also, the isopropyl alcohol, so what I do is I dip my toothbrush into the container. So the isopropyl alcohol in here is actually pretty gross. But, so I have 2 containers of IPA. I use one that's like a clean one, and I have one that's like this dirty one. I mean, it's still, you know, it's alcohol, so it's still going to be microbe-free, but it's sterile. But, I don't know, it gets a little dark in color, so I keep them separate. Okay. Yep, alright, we'll come back to cleaning this one after we disassemble. Part of me is like, maybe I should just leave these clicks as they are, because it would save me a bunch of time. So the feet use a certain type of screw, so I'm gonna set these off to the side on their own pile. What's another discussion topic we can have, guys? Does anyone want to know my take on any particular mice, or anything else? I don't know. People, I think, are just down for me to just talk and want me to entertain them, which is my job, I guess, here. Well, they aim train or something. I still am surprised at how many people watch the VODs. That is still something I don't fully understand, but they put them up because people do, so... Got that guy apart. I like to remove the battery cable first and then the ribbon cable. Boom. Alright, let's give this guy a little bit of a wipe down. with the rag. Yeah, these microfiber towels, man. I got like a 10-pack of them from Amazon. These might have been from Vine. I think so. But I love them. I keep like one in my Miata. So something about having a convertible is it gets so damn dusty. Like particularly in the springtime when there's just a ton of pollen in the air. The inside of my car just gets so dusty. Like the dashboard, the control knobs, everything. The gauge cluster. So I keep one of these in my car. It works really well. I'm mainly trying to get around the edges here. This is where a lot of gunk gets. Hello! Are these the same mice on the last stream? Yeah, these are G604s. I have 6 of them total, and I want to do 4 of them on this stream. Hi, dog. Also, my dog has joined us. Hey, girl. Hi, my sweet girl. Sorry, are these mice in your way? You want your bone to chew on? Hi, girl. Oh, you're such a sweet girl. Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. you got all this neck skin. Why do you have so much neck skin? Hmm? That's a warm doggy. Yeah. We'll play later today, Nogurt. Out in the snow, she's gonna love that. I'm not gonna live stream at this time, though. I shouldn't have done that last time. I did at least get me throwing her around, playing tug with the frisbee on camera, which was fun to show that to them, the in-laws. But yeah, Seawash, it's good to see you. Seawash, give me something to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. I had a ramen noodle yesterday that was delicious. I went to H Mart. And I don't go to H Mart very often, but they have their whole ramen noodle aisle, right? It's this Korean grocery store, I think. And I got a Buldak, B-U-L-D-A-K brand, which is like an okay brand. Their noodles aren't like my favorite. Their seasonings are pretty good. But they have some stuff that's just like way too spicy. I got a Quattro spicy cheese one. And I was like, a spicy cheese ramen. If I want cheesy noodles, I think I'll just make myself macaroni and cheese, but I'll try it. I tried it. I think it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite ones. So the thing is with ramen noodles is like you definitely need your old typical just like beef and chicken ones. And those are like if you can only have one flavor for the rest of your life, like that's a solid go-to. But if you're looking for like a more wacky flavor, dude, that one was so good. It was so good. And then my wife, I made her a ramen noodle yesterday too. It was a Samyang branded creamy mushroom. So it's like not quite a ramen noodle. I mean, it's like a ramen noodle, but then the like seasoning packet, it's like a veggie and then 2 different mushroom. It's like a veggie packet of a bunch of dehydrated mushrooms. And then a powder packet of like some sort of mushroom thing. And then a sauce packet of like mushroom glaze. So it was like this creamy mushroom pasta, more like rather than being an actual ramen noodle. And she loved it. And I know I had one too, and it was really good. They're not cheap though. They're like, I want to say like the normal price at H Mart. I want to say it's like $9, $8 or $9 for a pack of 4. So it's like $2 a package. But they often go on sale for like $5, $6. So. Oh, did I not get that screw out? I thought I got that screw out. Oh, okay, it was unthreaded. It just was sitting down in there. Alright, cool, there we go. Got that out. Yay. Oh, I didn't even take apart the back part here. Yeah, I gotta clean that out. I actually like ZA13 back hump. What's an alternative? Lamzu Inca comes to mind, right? Lamzu Inca. Bigger than a ZA13, but also a really big back hump is Pulsar 10s. And another good thing to do that people underutilize ELO shapes. Here, let's go on ELO shapes. And, oops, I still have this on. My bad, guys. Let's go to Elo Shapes real quick. And let's go to... Do I have any Twitter notifications? No. Elo Shapes. And instead of going to the usual compare, you go to the mice up here. And you go to Find Similar. And from Find Similar, we can do ZA13, DW. And here we go. So we have here Lamzu Inca is very similar in size. I think the sides feel a little bit different. This is also saying X2H, though I think the X2H feels very different. The hump is like more rear and more bulbous. PMM Fuse, that's one I'm not familiar with. Wait, PMM Fuse mouse. This might be a straight up ZA13 inspired mouse. Yeah, it could very well be. PMM Fuse 8K Viper V2 Pro internal ZA13 shape. That's pretty good. Viper V2 Pro internals is really good because it's a decently lightweight PCB, really good razor performance, 3950 sensor, and they're pretty affordable. ROG Pugio? Oh, that's weird. I don't know if I would agree with that. Strider, I wouldn't really agree with. Motospeed X6, not really. XM2, AIM1 Shiguri. This is an interesting one. AIM1 Shiguri? I don't know. It's a Japanese made mouse. Elo actually has a full review on it. Oh, that's wild, dude. Yeah, you can look up that one. Anyway, this is a really good website for checking. Let's see. I also said Pulsar 10s. 10 Signature Edition. Yeah, the thing is the 10s, the like rear hump, it's more sloping downward, but yep, this is a good one to Pulsar, or let's go back to the webcam. There you go. Yeah, use the Find Similar function on Elo Shapes' website. It's not perfect, but yeah, because again, he only really shows like top and side views, but Elo Shapes is just so easy to use. I still use him over, the Ratings has the 3D models, and AnyDesk, or is it something Desk, has their version also. But I still come back to Elo Shapes. He's also just a cool guy, a true enthusiast who really keeps up to date with the releases. I pincer claw, so side hump doesn't matter more. Middle hump wouldn't touch my palm. Yeah, ZA13. I mean, you could get a ZA13 DW. When I tried the Inca at Daz's house, it feels like a really well-made mouse, but I did not like it as much as I thought I would. And that's just more because I care a lot about the feeling of the sides, and they didn't feel that good to me. But it might be good for you. Yeah, I guess it's a little pricey, but I mean, Inca's at least it's a Lamzu name brand, so if you try one out and you don't like it, you can probably resell it and get most of your money back. Particularly if you buy a used one. Yeah, there's some goobers in this one, huh? Yeah, I wonder how mouse manufacturers feel about like how all these lightweight mice are so much more simple to design and manufacture and assemble than these monstrosities. But they can still charge a buttload of money. They've got to be happy about it. When I DM'd HitScan like months and months ago about maybe coming on the pod, I just like randomly reached out to them. And the CEO politely declined, which is fine. But I do remember him saying something about, oh, look at this yellow thing here. What's going on there? Is it like an anti-tampering thing? He said that they were working on something new. Because I had asked something like, was the Hyperlight just a one and done thing for one reason or another? And he said no, that they were actually actively working on something. And I think the part that I've not said publicly, but I don't really care at this point because it's kind of old news, is I thought he said there was going to be something released at the end of 2025. I have no idea what that something was. I wouldn't be surprised if they went into like a mouse pad instead of just another mouse. Yeah, I don't know if that was used as like a shim. So somebody has been in here before and they put that shim in there? That's weird. I don't know, the clicks are like kind of too light in here, so I'm going to solder in new clicks. I don't know what that shim was for. Maybe there was like some wobble to the button? I'll take a look when I reassemble. I don't know. I think hit scan. I would love to see another shape come out from them. I mean, they did such a good job with the Hyperlight. Hyperlight's over a year old at this point, and it still is like better than most things that have come out. So looking at AliExpress, it seems like prices have gone up on like everything. I think they just expect you to use more coupons and whatnot. Which is kind of a bummer, but I get it. And with that, one of the brands that has stayed consistently affordable is the Refurbing Gen 2 stuff. Like, I still see a lot of Refurbing stuff for like around $45 before all the coupons and everything. So that means after you do extreme coupon gymnastics and maybe stack some rackets and cash back, you're going to be getting in for like under $30. Though maybe that's not that great of a deal, because I mean, that's like what, I mean, take a look at their website. Like the Black Friday sale that they have right now is nuts. I should have gotten a VT2 in red. I do really like the VT2. It has a really good GPX clone. It's like really similar. I know I was talking with Daz about it, and he and I both kind of agree that it feels ever so slightly smaller. Though the ELO shapes I don't think looks that way. So I don't know what it is. I gotta explore it a little bit more and formulate a stronger opinion. They did a good job with it. All their Gen 2 stuff, they did a really good job with it. It's a shame that like the click feels just kind of messed up. So I went ahead and ordered, on my last stream, speaking of fixing click feel on a Refurbing, I tried out some ZF micro switches because they have like a higher plunger height. So I was hoping that would help with the like lack of click travel feel that are in like all these Refurbing Gen 2 mice by just having a longer plunger. And it seemed to have helped quite a bit. So it kind of sucks that that's like the only switch I think I'm going to try using in Refurbing mice from here on. I don't know, the VT0 Amron Opticals actually feel decent in it, but those ZF switches, they're not very cheap. Like after coupons and everything, I think I'm paying like 70, 80 cents a switch. So I did order like 10 more. There's different dot ones with different, apparently they have different click feels and different switch life ratings. There's, in order of lowest to highest, it goes black, white, red, yellow. Now the yellow ones, those were the priciest. Like the listing was like $4.23 for 2. So then you do like 60% off with coins, yada yada, and everything, and you're probably looking at like 80, 90 cents a switch. Which is not great. So I tried, so I got, I think, some of the gold, some of the reds, and then I know the black ones, the lowest end ones, I did not like them. I have, I think, 4 of them, and I do not really like them. They feel too, the tactile bump, there's too much pre-travel, then you hit the tactile bump, and then there's a bunch of post-travel. The post-travel feels fine. It is rather firm on the post-travel, which I don't usually like. I like there to be a little bit of softness to the post-travel, but this is just too much. But it's really that pre-travel just feels bad on the black ones, and then the tactile bump isn't all that tactile. So the white ones feel way better. So I got more of the white ones. And then I'm eager to see how the red and the golds feel. They're a good quality little micro switch. Gotta do the little arm cheat code here, pull up and out. I hope I don't break that one day. And then we gotta be very careful not to lose the little springs. Oh, am I missing? No, okay. There we go. Scroll wheel out. And let's get the magnet for the springs. Where did I put my magnet? Oh, I put it away. That's where it is. Okay. Good. Got my springs there. Not going to show up on camera because it's too reflective. And now let's put this in here. Take this out. So many screws, brother. I'm getting hungry too. Yeah, I know, Nova. And I still gotta go to the Xfinity store. They open at noon today. Looks like it is above freezing temperature too, so the snow... I mean, the snow's gonna stay on the ground, but the stuff on the road will melt. Which is good. I was a little bit worried last night. It was like just above freezing, so everything was wet. And then overnight time, it usually gets a little bit colder, which means that wetness will turn to ice. So that's what you got to be careful of, is refreezing when you live in a snowy climate. You know, I'm not going to bother disinfecting the screws. Some of them have like some goobers on them, but I gotta not care about that. Like, there's a certain level that I think I just care too much. It can be a problem when I'm working on my car too, you know? Like you put on new brake rotors or something and you're tempted to just like clean the whole wheel hub and everything. We got a couple of goobers on this. I'll at least get those out. Easy, just a couple seconds with a toothbrush. Cool. Alright, soldering iron back on. Don't need my pliers. Let's do a little bit of cleanup here. My skates I'll put over here. Masking tape I don't need. Skates. Oh yeah, so something kind of cool is I accidentally got skates sent to me. I'm actually a little bit upset because I got the wrong type of skates. These are GPX2 skates, and I ordered skates for my ATK F1. They sent those. So I did a little dispute thing with AliExpress, and this time I did. So usually you can have a refund sent in the form of either balance back to your like in-store credit, like AliExpress credit. So it's not cash, it's, you know, you have to use it on AliExpress. Or you can get your original payment method refunded. I almost always do my original payment method. For the first time though, I did the AliExpress like bonus cash back, whatever. It's not actually bonus, it's store credit. You know, like a gift card. And where's my solder? And it was only $2.85, so I was like, sure, I'll try this. Like if something happens to it and I'm out $2.85, it's not the end of the world. And so AliExpress, you know, you like wait for the resolution to the dispute, and they resolved in my favor, of course, saying that I did not need to do the return. I could just keep the product and they would give me the money back. So I don't know if that's because it was such a low dollar amount. It makes no sense to ship it back to China. Though I think on the DL, I don't think they ship any of it back to China. I think it just gets incinerated or something. So I don't know if it's just AliExpress, if it's under a certain dollar amount, they just don't even bother. Or if it's because I asked for the bonus cash. It does seem like AliExpress does some sort of preferential treatment to regular customers. If I go read things on r/AliExpress, it seems like people get scammed a lot, and AliExpress does not side on their favor. Of course, I have been scammed on the platform where like the seller never ships something, or they send straight up the wrong thing, like on purpose. But I've always gotten my money back. I have never like actually lost a dispute that unfairly. I don't think I've ever lost a dispute at all. So I continue using AliExpress. But I mean, AliExpress, I'm not gonna like shill it because it's like some amazing platform or anything. It's just it works generally. That's actually a huge asterisk. It mostly works, but it just gets you access to products that you otherwise don't have access to. I need to sell my James, speaking of products that you don't have access to, but one that I actually don't really need anymore is James Donkey RSR7. It's a totally acceptable mouse, and I just do not use it. It's like an elongated Sora shape. So if you want like a slightly larger Sora shape, MotoSpeed X6 is actually decent. With Omron Opticals too, the Omron Opticals feel decent when I soldered those in. But I think after battery modding, I think my X6 is under 40 grams. And it's slightly larger than a Sora. I kind of wish it came in a fun color because it's just white. Also, like MotoSpeed and Dharma Shark, they have like a decent coating, and they did not put that coating on the X6, which is a bummer. Alright, let's spin a few switches. We got some Omron Mechanicals, some made in China Omron Mechanicals. Take off an ear cup and listen. Too light, too heavy. That one's good. You know, the heavier ones actually might feel better in this mouse. I'll try a heavier one, and then this is also a good backup. I remember these Omron Mechanicals, dude. I got a whole bunch of them knowing that I was going to refurbish mice. But these were like insanely cheap. I want to say these were just like pennies a switch. That was good. Good. Too light. Too light. These are both too light to the borderline like defective. Actually, if you like a lighter switch, those actually might be good. Those other ones feel nice, so I'll do those ones. Does it matter which one goes where? Yeah, I'll do this one in right mouse. The slightly heavier one I'll do in right mouse. Which I know that's like more of a phalanges personal preference thing, but I don't know. I gotta put one switch somewhere, so why not have some logic to it? Oh, we got a message. Got to go. Have a nice day. Yeah, Porch Monkey, good to see you in chat. Thanks for hanging out and have a great rest of your day. Porch Monkey. Isn't that a derogatory term? I don't condone his username. Time for the politically correct live stream, guys. Cool. That looks good. Where did I put my other switch? This should be it. Yup. Yeah, this switch feels good. Gotta get a nice firmly grasp it. Man, SpongeBob is still so quotable, even all these years later. I'm struggling to firmly grasp it here. I know, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Sue me. There we go. On there nice and good. We stabilized it with the big old piece of cast iron. Cool. 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 New switches in for the homie, even though these ones were not defective. Get some nice fresh arm on opticals, or opticals, arm on mechanicals. All right. Back to the reassembly. I gotta not forget the diffuser this time again. Fool me once, shame on me. Actually, that was totally my fault the first time around, too. Yeah. Oh, I need the screwdriver for this one. Oh, magnetic bits. Sometimes you come in clutch, sometimes you are annoying. Right now, it is the latter. I think I might be able to see. Should I check who's actually viewing? I apologize if I'm not being engaging enough. You guys aren't chatting, but that's dude. On the last live stream towards the end, it was all the Indian guys. It was Seawash, it was Mayank, and it was, oh no, I'm forgetting his name. They were talking about being from Pune, however you say the name of that region or city. Pune. Oh, well, anyway. It wasn't Neon Thunder. It's just wild that there's, like, Indian people from India watching my content. Why? Why? Is this really this engaging? I should talk about my, shouldn't I? Is there anything that I'm looking forward to buying? Not really. I do want to get a Beast X Mini. I mentioned this earlier. I want to get a Pro with solid sides and sell the one that I currently have. I think I have a Fabulous Beasts. You know, where it's like that kind of glittery blue and pink colorway. Weirdly has Huano mechanical switches in it. They feel really nice though. But I bought it from Mouse Market like that, so I don't know if that's if that was modded. I assume that was modded because I don't think WL Mouse ever offered it with those switches. So I want to sell that, and if I can, after stacking a bunch of like Rakuten and all these discount codes, I would love to. So does this use the big pan head? I think this one uses the big pan head. I want to basically get at like cost parity, or maybe just for a small upcharge, be able to get a Beast X Mini with solid sides. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan, as my mother-in-law says. Sup, big dog? Hey, Bulk. Good to see ya. Another modder in chat. We're just repairing. I have a G604 that I used for work for ages. The grip fell apart, but I was thinking of modding and fixing it. Yeah. So I have learned the hard way that these rubber grips on the G604, it's like a porous rubber. So it is kind of tricky to clean. And I mean, like oh man, the springs, dude. Oh my gosh, these friggin' springs. Alright, we're gonna do tweezers because I do not want to lose this. These are such small springs, and they're like really springy. Who would have thunk? So they're easy to lose. But the rubber's like porous, so isopropyl alcohol in a toothbrush will just destroy the grips if you scrub too much. Ask me how you know. So I need to, and then on like one of them that I was doing, the rubber grip had like a split in it that I did not see. So I super glued it down, and as I'm super gluing it down, super glue's oozing out of the split that I did not see. It seemed invisible. So yeah, now I have like a super glue gloss stain here, and I don't know how to get that off. Do you know how to get that off? I googled, people said isopropyl alcohol. Nope, that doesn't work. Then people said white vinegar. Nope, that doesn't work. And I know to get it off my hands before, I reminisced on how I used baby oil or mineral oil. Yeah, pretty much the same thing, right? And I got it off my hands, but I don't know if that would work here. I could try it. Oh, I also tried silicone grease just because I had some laying around. I think I saw a 3D printed Diddy oil works. Okay. Saw a 3D print for that grip part on AliExpress. No idea if it's good or not. A 3D print of the rubber? Is that what you're saying? Okay, we got to do the little side arms. The other thing is, yeah, you might want to reference the stream for disassembly reassembly. So the only real tricky part is you got to know, you have to take out like every single damn screw in this thing to get to the main buttons with blows. And the only things to watch out for are the little springs underneath the scroll wheel. Obviously, they're right at the front and left and right of the scroll wheel, right next to the golden middle mouse little SMD mount button. And when you first disassemble it and you get the base off, to get the whole, like what I'm holding in my hands here is like an entire module. I'm going to put it back together here so you'll see how it looks. But this whole module comes out in like one piece, and it's a little bit tricky to get it out. It requires a little bit of manhandling, so you kind of feel like you're going to break it, but I haven't broken one. The side buttons do not need to come out. I wasted a few minutes there. And in total, there are 6 different types of screws. They're pretty easy to separate because they're all visually a little bit different. But obviously cross-threading is a small risk, so I recommend separating. So I have like the skates, the base, the 5 screws there are a certain size. And then there's a bunch of these large pan head screws that all seem pretty much the same, which that's nice. And then there's like smaller pan head screws, and there's the most of those. And then there are little screws for there's different screws for this here, the like mount, the pivot mount for the scroll wheel. Oh, by the way, did I clean off that scroll wheel good? I don't think I did. I've listed 5 screws. Maybe there's only 5 types? Wait, I thought there were 6. Oh yeah, there's a 6th special one, but you don't need to disassemble it. It like holds the bottom of the scroll wheel in, but you don't need to take it out because the scroll wheel comes out in one piece. So, I don't know, man. If I was Logitech, I'd be pretty happy to, like, if I'm gonna sell a mouse for $150, there's no way that a GPX Superlight is more money than making one of these things. Like, I can disassemble like 4 mice in the time it takes me to do one of these. I'll clean off. This is the scroll wheel. Oops. This is the scroll wheel button, and also a pairing button or something. I don't know. I have 6 of them here, so after the first one, it's pretty easy to get in a good flow of what needs to go where. Oh, where's my long piece? Here we go. Oh, diffuser is in. Yeah, don't forget about the stupid diffuser. I forgot about that once and totally reassembled the mouse, and then I was like, no! And you literally have to get back to this point. Okay. Yep, now time for the... Oh, let's put the main buttons on, the main triggers. Oh, I should clean off that little side, little DPI toggle there. Make sure that clicks nicely. Yeah, it sure does.
I sneezed. So this Razer headset, something that's actually nice about it is the microphone mute. It's a toggle button. It's like a dip switch, or not dip switch. It's like a button that, like, when you press in, it stays in. Then you press it in, and it pops back out. Like an indexing button. I don't know what to call it. And that actually feels nice. So you have like a positive confirmation when it's pressed. But even if you don't, it plays a sound. It goes doo-doo, doo-doo for turning off and on. And that's really helpful. You guys don't hear that tone, but I do in the headset. So that's actually a feature I like. But unfortunately, they put the microphone toggle right on the back of the ear cup. It's... So the green button, that's the microphone toggle. And then this button is play pause. And the play pause is also a power button. It's a stupid press and hold power button. I wish it was just a slider. I don't even bother turning off the headset. I just put it away when I'm done with it, and it goes to sleep after 15 minutes. But like, I don't... Press and hold for power is just so dumb. Can we please get rid of that trend? But unfortunately, I mean, the two buttons they're like the same size on the side of the ear cup here. That could, I don't know, that just could have been thought of better. There's controls on the other ear cup, and I never use them. It's an active noise canceling toggle. It's a slider wheel. I forget what this does. I think it's like... And then a pairing switch button for like quick switching between devices. Maybe for some people they love that, but I personally think that should just be a macro button. Do that many people really switch different inputs? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a big time streamer, so I don't know what I'm doing, but point is, yeah, they should have put the power and the microphone on off in a different place. The best microphone toggle is simply boom arms that swing up and swing down with a nice little click. That is how my Sennheiser PC3038X was. That was definitely the best method. Am I missing a panhead screw? What? Oh, yeah, it's stuck to a magnet. Oh man, small panic attack when I saw the magnet. I was like, oh no, did I forget to do the scroll wheel springs? But no, they're in there. I do wish this microphone was a little bit better. Of course, typical headset microphone. Like, it's decent for a headset microphone, but it's still not... Yeah, whatever. What can you do? So, I don't know if you're still watching bulk, but this is... I'm just about done here with what I'm calling, like, the whole main, like, trigger cartridge. There's probably some people out there who absolutely hate ribbon cables. I think they're just a necessary evil. Like, it's fine. It's not a huge deal. I'll clean up this mouse more when I have it reassembled. But you see, I leave the side buttons in. Oh, you know, actually, I'm going to take out the side buttons. These were really goobered. So I am actually going to take these out just to clean them. Looks like such a headache to open up. Yeah. I mean, you're a modder too, so like you get it. I mean, I still think the G502 is worse. G502 is worse if I'm going off of memory. Yeah, a little bit of goobers in this. Let's clean this. Like, if I recall, the G502, there's some like lobster clip stuff, particularly for like the back cover mount, with where the G logo lights up, and I want to say that was a pain in the butt. So what I might do on my next live streams is I have a ton of GPWs, so the original G Pro wireless, and I have a bunch of G502 Lightspeed, so the wireless G502. I have a bunch of them still with boxes, so I think I'm going to do those next. I need to check sell prices. That's usually my number one driving factor. But GPWs are definitely easier to disassemble and get to the switches, because I think they use the same thing as the GPX, where you can you don't have to remove the whole trigger mechanism. You can just get inside the mouse and remove the 2 triggers. That's how people get those camera photos of like the mouse fully assembled looking, but both the buttons are exposed. So I gotta check what sells better. Unless anyone wants to check in eBay sold listings for me right now. That'd be helpful, but I think the G502 Lightspeed sells better. Like they might sell for the same price, but G502 Lightspeeds are definitely gonna outsell it. I mean, the thing is, GPW buyers this day and age, I don't really know who they are. It's just a heavier GPX Superlight, and I guess you get side buttons on the right side of the mouse. Whereas G502 Lightspeed, there's still plenty of people who like are running G502s right now, and then it dies, and then they're like, you know what, I want a wireless one now. So anyway, Bulk, this is how the whole cartridge goes in and out. It's like you put it in, and then you tilt it. Yeah, shove it in, and then you kind of pivot it into place. Maybe. Do I have to go farther in? There we go. Checking all the buttons for feel. Oh, I forgot one little goober here on... Oh yeah, the side buttons have some goobers. I don't dream very often, but last night I had a dream that I got a job offer from a place I'd applied to, and I had started working there, and I was liking it. So that's good. We'll see. It's a startup-y place. I think I talked about it already. It's a 3D printing startup-y place. So my only concerns, I have 2 concerns about it. One, they use a software suite that I'm not familiar with. I am like very much familiar with it. I am not experienced in it though, so there's going to be a learning curve, and that's can be sometimes a deal breaker for startups who want somebody to hit the ground running because they got crap to do. But the other thing is, it also sounded like the work hours might be a little bit longer than what I'm currently doing, which is a bummer. My commute would be walking though, so that would be like refreshing. But my main thing with work hours, it's that the days are short right now, and I try to play with the dog every single day because she deserves it. She's the best doggy ever, and it's hard to play with her when if I'm done with work at like 5:30. By the time I get home, it's gonna be dark, like dark, not even like dusk. It's gonna be dark. So, because I'll play with her at dusk. I know this wouldn't be a problem during the summer, but in the wintertime, I don't want her to get... I don't know, she's so... Like, I feel... She's not sad. Is she in here right now? Yeah, she's not... But I just know she has so much life in her, and she deserves to be able to play. So I want her to have that. You could also, Bulk, you could watch back this section and see which screws I'm doing. I'm not zoomed in probably enough to like perfectly tell, but here, I'll count them in a minute here. Here we go. Okay, so if you do your G604, here's what you got to do. So first of all, I have the battery taken out, the battery mount. This has 3 screws that are easily visible, no problem there. That's what these 3 screws up here are for. And then to get the trigger out, you do not need to do the side buttons at all, okay? You're going to do a total of... Let me zoom in here. You're going to do a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can leave this ribbon cable attached, and there's 2 more screws down here that you will have to take out. Those are for the trigger. But yeah, you don't have to do the ribbon cable or those buttons until later. I want to make sure this ribbon cable... It doesn't look like it's fully seated, but I think that is fully seated. Alright. Let's put... The battery goes like this. Let me get our 3 screws here. Definitely engineer these like tanks. Yeah. I think having all these different buttons, it's just very... Excuse me, it's just very challenging to get everything like structurally sound, you know? Because like you don't want... Like you don't think about it, but you don't want your forward button to feel like wildly different from your back button way over here. And like same thing, like these side buttons here. It is nice that they make them protrude up nice and high. But like when you press down on these, you want them to feel like decent. I don't know. I think there's a lot that goes into it. It's always like any product design. It's always easy to armchair critique. You know, sitting here with a finished product in your hand and be like, yeah, they should have done X, Y, and Z. It is way harder if you're actually developing a product from the ground up, where you're starting with a blank slate, and to do it well. It is so much easier to critique something that is already completed. And this is one of the reasons why in manufacturing, like rapid prototyping and 3D printing is such a good technology. There's certainly been things that I've designed where I'm like, I come up with the first iteration of it and I'm like, wow, that idea that I had totally doesn't work and I should have done it this way instead. But you just don't know until you like have it in your hands or you have it in testing. Like you can do all the boardroom meetings you want, have all the smart people in the room discussing things. There's going to be something that slips through the crack because you don't know what you don't know. That's a saying I like to say. Now for reassembly here, I like to do, even though it's shorter, I like to do the ribbon cable first. And then the battery connector is like really easy. Ribbon cable needs to go like this. Halogen free, the ribbon cable says. What does that even mean? Oh, sorry. I need to zoom out for you guys. I know I'm blocking the view, but this is how I have to do it. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Ribbon cable popped out. This is a tricky one. I feel like I haven't struggled this much before. Oops. This stupid like plastic piece right next to the ribbon cable is like makes it so you can't totally go straight in with the cable, and that's the part that's tricky. Oh, come on, that felt like that was it. There we go. Man, it's angled ever so slightly. I think that's still gonna work. But while I'm in here, I should try to do it right. Yeah, this big cable really likes to get angled and then it just won't work anymore. There we go. Okay. Now with the ribbon cable in, now we can do the battery cable. Now the battery cable's keyed, so that's nice. Alright. Oh, you know what I should do? Shoot. Okay, I should do the super glue because I have this rubber piece that came off. So I should actually super glue this first so I don't super glue the bases together. Alright. This is a part that's probably going to get some super glue on the outside of the... Should I think about this before I do it? Maybe I actually do want to super glue the bases together. Because then I'll have that lip to support it a little bit better. I think I will. It's already going to show a seam split. You know, before I super glue them, this means I should test it so I don't have to disassemble it and take that apart. Okay. We're going to go test this real quick. Let me just put a couple screws in the base so it stays together so we can test tracking. Yeah, Logitech Hero Sensor, like one of the big selling points of it was battery life. Because I don't think you guys realize it, but a lot of these Logitech mice, like the GPX Superlight, the batteries they use are only 240 milliamp hours. That's insane. Like people complain about nowadays, like when mice don't come with 500 milliamp hour. I've seen those complaints on the subreddit. And Logitech's been doing it like the whole time, yet they still have the same battery life as like Razer and all these people. The Hero Sensor is so efficient. And the GPX Superlight uses just a Nordic 52 series MCU. Oh yeah, these clicks feel good. Hey doggy. So let's grab the dongle. Let's move the camera. And then we have incoming Windows sound. Sorry guys, this is me. and we put the battery in. Turn that on. Okay, it tracks. Click works. So now let's open up double click test. Alright, reset that, and yeah, these clicks feel good. They feel lighter in the mouse once they're installed. Yeah, I definitely need to opt for heavy ones when I bin these. There's no problem with this, and this is just kind of a note to self. At least feel good. Oh, I have a neighbor who's snow blowing? Which neighbor is that? Oh, he's snow blowing the road. Oh, he snow blowed down to his mailbox, which includes mine. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Okay, DPI adjust. Yep, DPI adjust works. DPI toggle, whoops, forward. DPI toggle works. Let's check the numbers here. Yep. And I noticed with the side buttons that use these teeny little switches, you'll want to check for the feeling of them, because when the metal dome starts going bad on them, it's pretty obvious. And you'll want to check for pressing and holding. Sometimes they'll give up as you're holding it. And the forward back buttons, these feel good. There's usually not issues with those ones. Let's check middle mouse real quick, because that's with these G604s, the only things to really watch out for are left, right, and middle mouse buttons. Middle mouse feels good on this. It being an optical wheel, you'll never really have to have problems with that. Yeah, you're not going to have any ghost scrolling. Oops. As long as the pinwheel isn't blocked by anything, you're going to be fine. It's a whole lot of G604, says LVXO. Yes, sir. Hopefully I can sell them for $100 a piece. Does that mean I'll get $100? Nope. Unfortunately not. Sorry, that was my Windows sound. It means I'll get $80 per if I sell it at $100, which some of these with the rubber side grips coming off, I don't think so. I have one so far that's in really good condition, and I have a couple aftermarket skates that I got from Amazon Vine right here. And it was this one that was in really good shape, so I put the aftermarket skates on this guy. So that guy I'll probably ask straight up 110 for, see if somebody bites at that price. Oh, Nova sees the neighbors playing in the driveway with the snow, throwing snowballs, and she's like, ooh, I want to growl at something. Nova, don't growl. If you were over there, you would be having a blast chasing after snowballs. I'll give you a Slim Jim and a half-eaten pack of Oreos for one. Lol. Slim Jims are good, though. Nova, stop. You're so annoying. Just chill. Just watch them. You can just sit up here and watch them. You don't have to bark. They're just doing their thing. They're just doing their thing, girl. Look at those floppy ears, huh? Oh man, messing with pets is so much fun. Alright, we are going to attempt... Well, first of all, let me clean off the oxidation. These magnets that hold the back battery plate in, they always get all oxidized. And I just like to clean those just to make them look a little bit nicer. No real functional difference. Yeah, that looks so much better. Did you receive the T-Evolution pads like Daz? Oh, did Daz receive them? Good. So, unfortunately, T-Evolution on my order, Joel gave me an update a few days ago. I received the Terra. So I do have a white Terra that's new in box that I will do a... We'll see if I do what kind of review. I might just do a live stream review of it. But he, oh, sorry, big stretch. Joel messaged me saying they forgot to ship the pads and the jacket, so I'll be getting those in a separate shipment. I'm just so happy that I'm still getting those. I am legitimately really excited for the jacket. I cannot wait to wear that on Mousecast. I'm such a loser. Oh, that is kind of cool. I would love to do a Mousecast shirt or sweater or something. I'm actually... I probably shouldn't tease it, but I am in talks with somebody about that, I'll simply say. I'll simply leave it at that. But the downside is it means it will likely be USA only. Sorry. I also got mine separately. Oh, well, mine were a few days apart. Wait, a review unit? Like, did you buy LVXO, or are you a reviewer with connections? Yeah, just holding down the rubber right now. Fun, fun, fun. I can tell my left finger here is starting to stick. Looks like something came through the crack. Oh well. I purchased them myself. Okay, well, right on. Well, what do you think of them so far? So Daz had a review of... I thought he already got review units of both, because he has his review out for it. Did he only receive the Gravis? I forget. I write reviews, though, on Gears. Nobody reads them, though. Yeah, Gears, I know what you're talking about. Like, people have affiliate codes to Gears, but do people even buy from Gears? Like, why not post it? Unfortunately, r/mousepad review is pretty dead. Like, Twitter's the biggest mousing community, but Twitter's just garbage for review content because it's a news feed, basically. Okay, that one glued on pretty nicely. It only came through the crack in one little spot, but you can definitely see the seam. Oh well. Okay. Well, this one's not going to get the fancy nice skates. The grips on the other ones look pretty decent, so... Yeah, it's a shame that... Yeah, these grips look pretty good, but this one has a broken side button, which really blows. Man. Oh, I'm missing a screw. Oh, I think I know what screw it is. I don't care. I should do it right. No, because it's super glued down. Okay, no, I know what screw it is. It's the one that goes to the top middle, like right here, and it's not really... doesn't really do anything. Yeah. I love that access, and it's my new main. I love the texture, but you have... But on the Gravis is definitely the ugly brother of the two. Yeah, there's gonna be like one person who like absolutely loves how slow the Gravis is. And that's fine. Oh, I forgot to turn off my soldering iron. Okay, so let's do these next two. So, fixing middle mouse on the one, I want to see if I have... I need to see where I put my middle mouse buttons. Good, well she's just quietly watching them now, which is good. She's not freaking out and barking. What time is it here? We got 12:09, so I can go to the Xfinity store after this. So I thought I have them in here. At least this is where I put some of my other electronics things. I couldn't get over the felt like texture. Yeah. I know, I don't really like pads like that either, usually. It's just too slow. I don't mind having a lot of dynamic friction, but having a lot of static friction just makes me feel like... It makes it feel unresponsive. It makes it feel like when I am moving the mouse or wanting to do an input to the mouse to make it move, it just doesn't move. So... I get that. I got tons of rags in here, but I'm not seeing my little... I thought I had a little package of... I thought I had a little package of switches. Of like surface mount switches. I guess not. Well, shoot, I gotta find where those might be to fix middle mouse. Because I remember I had the same issue, I think on like G502s or something else that used the same free spinning scroll wheel mechanism. And, maybe it was... Oh, there they are! Oh! Oh, okay. I did not see them before on the last live stream. I was like, they're not in this container. I thought they were. And they are. I just didn't see them because they're so little and they're in a shared compartment with some other stuff. So my brain just saw the bigger things and tuned out, I guess. Alright. Shove all that in there. Sure. There we go. Hey, doggy. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, hi. Hi, you getting all excited because I'm acknowledging you? Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. You enjoying watching the neighbors? What are they up to, honey? The one guy is just straight up like snow blowing the road, which is nice. That's very nice of him, Nova. You would love to chase that snowblower and chase the snow coming out of it. Yeah, you would. You silly girl. Everything apart from the texture. Everything apart from the texture of the pad was great. If they could get the same result on a nicer texture. Well, remember that they're definitely going to be releasing more, right? Like, they're probably going to look at how the reception is. It is interesting that they did go with a really slow pad. So, because usually how it seems people go is, it seems like speed pads and bounce pads are the most popular. Just like look at the artisan lineup. For bounce pads, they have like Heian, Hayate Otsu, Key 83, Zero. They have all these balance pads. Then for speed pads, they have Raiden and Shinnekai. And then for control pads, they have Type 99. Right? What else am I missing from them? There's the new Repu, which is going to be a speed pad, right? So it just makes sense that manufacturers... Yeah, it's interesting that they went with a control pad for a first release. Now, who knows? Maybe they have like a speed pad in development, and this is just they needed to get something to market for feedback, for money flow, whatever. Yep, that middle mouse feels good. I wonder if these are all different. No, these all feel pretty consistent. No real bidding necessary. Cool. So I'll put these ones away. I'm gonna have to be careful when I solder these though. Like I wonder if the heat will change how the click feel is. I do have like 10 of them here, so if I mess up on one, it's not the end of the world. Though I need those 10 for some other mice also. Alright. The kid's playing with the snowblowers now. He's throwing snowballs at his dad. I think he had just made eye contact with me. That's funny. Yeah, I remember playing with the snowblower with my dad when I was a little kid. It is just such a fun thing to play with. But I get to go out and drive in this to go to the Xfinity store. Yay. Because they won't activate my phone over the phone. It's the worst when you become a middleman. AT&T tells me the phone's not unlocked, or Xfinity Mobile says the phone's not unlocked. You gotta call Verizon to unlock it. I call Verizon to unlock it. It's already unlocked. Then you call back AT&T. Nope, it's still locked. It's like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to go into a store and talk to somebody who's competent. No, I think the solution is it's all like trying to do it with an eSIM, and I think I just need a physical SIM. Wait a second. Wait a second. What if there's still a Verizon SIM currently in it? Do I need to check that? I'll be right back. Remember when you went and got wrapping paper live on stream? AT&T or Xfinity. Jeez, dude. Yeah, well, I just realized maybe it's locked because there still is a Verizon SIM in this. I haven't checked. Okay. Here's my Pixel Fold. My D grade that just has like one little minor scratch towards the bottom here, and like that's it. Got this thing crazy cheap. And I need a pin. I need a pin to open that up. This ought to work right here. Like a charm. Let's see if we have a SIM in it. No. Okay, that's just a SIM tray. I was like, dang. It looked like a SIM at first. Yep, no SIM in it. SIM in it. No SIM in it. Oh, I need to... My phone, the ear cup is like... Or the earpiece. It's like kind of goobered. I noticed the other day. Need to clean that out. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Okay. Put the Pixel Fold away. Deconstructing everything and anything. What? Because the SIM thing? That's not deconstructing anything. Right mouse, middle mouse bad. Although that's okay. Yeah, let's attempt soldering new micro switches in this guy, huh? And I probably got to give some of these another cleaning. Oops. Other side. Yeah, these ones. Yeah, so I need to do... Okay, so before I leave for the store, I need to do the JQ announcement on Mousecast. And maybe get that thumbnail done. Man, I got a lot of stuff to do, actually. Because I would love to finish these mice, but I do need to go to the Xfinity store. And I don't know exactly what time they close. Oh yeah, sorry, LVXO. Yeah, we're gonna have the Swiss man himself. And I think it's actually pronounced Jaku, not Jake-U. Jaku. I'm following like a fire hydrant. Flowing. Flowing? Brother, what are you flowing? What's flowing when you hear that he's going to be on Mousecast? Actually, don't answer that question. I don't want to know. Yeah, JQ is going to be, I think, a really good guest. It's always nice having somebody who you know how they are on camera or on recording. And I'm not saying that it's like, I'm not saying like any of our guests have been bad at all. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying with a reviewer, they have content, so you already kind of know what they're like. Oh wow, like right mouse on this is like stuck. Interesting. So, like, for example, I remember with Pizogle, I was a little bit nervous of like, well, he does do the sound test stuff, right? He does written reviews. Right. But again, it's not like word. It's just like there is a small possibility that they come on the podcast and they're just not what you expect in one way or another. I don't know. We haven't had any issues where like somebody goes crazy. I don't really think we'll encounter that. I hope not. Like spewing political nonsense or being a really abrasive personality. My access pad turned white, all I'm saying. Gross, dude. Yeah, black pads are the right color though. Like I get that for not showing dirt and stains. Well, it's mainly not showing stains because they definitely will show dirt. Oh, I'm looking for my isopropyl alcohol container. It's literally right here. This is how I clean skates. But it actually works. Speaking of which, I need to make an appointment with my dentist for my cleaning. I clean my mouse pads, but not my teeth. Actually, I do brush my teeth. I might overbrush my teeth because I tend to do my AliExpress coin check-ins while I brush my teeth, so that means I end up brushing my teeth for like 5 minutes. Oh, I forgot. What do you know? I forget the middle skate, as always. We got 2 neighbors out there snow blowing. Look at that. The next door neighbors and the across the street neighbors. Fun. LVLXO, do you live somewhere where it snows? And if so, if not, do you wish that it did? And if it does, do you wish that it didn't? The true test of a northerner. Or I guess it could be a southerner too. You just have to be far from the equator, right? Not only far from the equator, but like, it still is like crazy how much less snow England gets than like me, even though they're farther north than where I am. Oh, I didn't do a general disinfection of this. Yeah, I think Jakku's going to be a good guest. I said earlier in the stream, but I'll say it again for you now. He's the first guest who has had wanted, like, he DM'd me after we set everything up being like, hey, I have an idea. Can we talk about this on stream? So he's actually coming with like a content idea, if you will, a discussion topic. It's not a content idea. He wants to talk about his history with like gaming mice, like going back to the start kind of a thing. And I'm guessing that's, you know, think about it. If you do edited content, that's not really something, like if you do edited review content, that's not really something that you can do. Like maybe you can wrap that into a review here and there briefly, but that's not really, I guess a podcast gives a unique opportunity for long form personal content. You know? Because if you just do like reviews on YouTube, then you generally want to stay in your lane. I do wonder if these live streams hurt the Mousecast viewership. Like if I could do it over again, I would have done Mousecast on a separate channel. But I know I picked what I did because I had an existing subscriber base here. So like I knew what I was doing. Like I did entertain the idea of doing Mousecast on its own separate channel back before we even made the first one. But it was simply no, I want to tap into my existing viewership. Because the bigger problem I was facing then is if I start something fresh and it gets absolutely no views, then either A, I'm going to have to promote it heavily, which is kind of tough. Like, the only thing I did back then was Reddit, and Reddit is the subreddit has like policies against self-promotion. And then 2, it would have just killed it. I would have like gotten 12 views in an episode and been like, well, we'll try it again next week. And then the next week I get 8 views, and the next week I get 13 views, and then I'm 5 podcasts in with a collective viewership of like 54 people, and I'm like, maybe this isn't really worth my time, and then it just dies. So yeah, I knew what I was doing, and now that I do have like consistent viewership, it might have made sense at some point to transition. I was actually thinking about that at the 1 year anniversary, about like making an announcement for a separate channel, because I don't know if, I think there's been like a couple people who have been like, yeah, I watch Mousecast because I heard about it from Daz's channel, and here I am watching one of your live streams. But I think for the most part, it's probably just annoying to people that they get all these stupid, Manflames uses live notifications, even sometimes day of Mousecast, and that it's not Mousecast. I feel like people just watch whatever they want, to be honest. Yeah. It's more so the notification spam. I don't know. Maybe I care too much about what other people think. To me, it still is crazy though how like these crappy VODs of like this, the VOD of this is gonna get like 150 views, which to me is just absurd. I think it should get like max 100, more like 75 views. And then a Mousecast episode will get like 400. So like Mousecast only does like 2-3x the viewership of this, which is just wild to me. I think Mousecast should get so much more. But maybe that's the problem with Mousecast. Maybe we don't produce it. Maybe I don't have it produced enough. But no way in heck am I gonna start putting in like a ton more effort into Mousecast. I don't know. Daz and I talked after this week's Mousecast about like, ouch. About me maybe promoting it a little bit more heavily. I don't exactly know what that would look like. Maybe it would simply be like Twitter giveaways. In terms of just getting more followers, Twitter giveaways friggin' work. At least the first one that I did, it's just like instantly 200. I went from 200 followers to 400 followers in a week, just because I was giving away a product that Devolution was paying for and everything. So thank you so much, Joel. Has there been an increase in Mousecast viewership since then? I actually don't know. Like, our peak Mousecast live viewership has been like 24, 25. And that's from a long time ago. That's from, I think, like the summertime. So I get 100 plus notifications a day on YouTube, but I only watch whatever I look for. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I just use my little subscriber feed in the side where it, gives you a little dot icon when there's new content from someone you're subscribed to. I don't really do the bell notifications because I watch YouTube like on my own time, so like lunch break at work, for example. I don't want a bell notification going off while I'm working, even if I can dismiss it. Maybe this is a millennial difference for me. And Gen Z people who are a little bit more connected who grew up being a little bit more connected, are more used to just ignoring things. Like I see that with a lot of my older coworkers. They'll talk about like, yeah, I don't want to bother you on the weekend though, with a text message. And in my perspective, it's like, or with a phone call. And from my perspective, it's like, or like, I don't want to call you when you're on vacation. And me, it's just like, if I can't answer it, I won't. If I don't feel like answering it, I won't, because I know I'm on vacation. But if, I'm just like driving in the car or like scrolling on my phone, waiting in line for something, yeah, sure. So this is the one with the bad right mouse button. Like, it doesn't click at all. It's just like stiff. It feels like there might be something stuck in there. So we'll see if it's a bad. So in other words, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a bad switch. This is the screw that I forgot on the other one. It's a really deep one here, which I don't think really matters because there's like 3 other screws around it. Lo-fi stuff has really exploded in popularity, huh? I see Lo-Fi Girl even has t-shirts now. Oh, I forgot one screw here. Oops. The magnet grabbed that one. Alright. I'm not a germaphobe, but I do disinfect my phone every once in a while. Like, I'll probably, I'll do it right now. Because I already got a rag that has alcohol on it, so... do my phone case real quick. I don't know, because our phones are definitely gross. Like, no matter how clean you try to keep your hands, there's no way that it doesn't have poop on it. And by, I'm sorry, when I mean that half jokingly. I don't mean like I go and I poop on my phone. I go poop and then I wipe my hands all over my phone. No, no, no. I'm just saying like, I don't know, maybe I do. You guys don't know me. Am I missing a screw here? No, those are all out. Okay, time to get the pliers out, I guess. Let's try pressing. Oh, pressing is the trick. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's broken right there. That's why. Okay. There you go. That little hold down plate is broken. I'm guessing the piece is dislodged and is sitting above it. Well, why don't we take a look? Yeah, my driveway, it's like just barely at the width limit for me to be able to shovel it. So what I'll do is I'll do a pass down the middle, and then I'll shovel left, and then I'll shovel right. I got so much stuff to do today. I wonder if I'm going to have to end the stream a little bit earlier than I want, because I need to get to the Xfinity store. And I need to do the JQ announcement, which I guess I could do that later in the day, but I would like to do it while I don't know, I have such a bad memory. My problem is I need to do things as soon as I remember to do them. Oh, it's still just barely attached. I could try super gluing this. It's probably going to come off here as soon as I touch it. Yeah, it's hanging on by a thread. I will try super gluing that real quick. My camera probably won't stay in focus. Sorry, I'm doing what I can. When I get my new phone up and running, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna use my current phone, my Galaxy Z Flip. I'm gonna use that as my webcam. So the quality should be way better, and the black banding bars that are usually what causes such a focus and black levels problem should be fixed. I don't really know how much super glue to put on this here. No, this seems pretty toasted. This seems pretty toasted. No, I'm gonna leave that off, I think. Yeah, they're like not mating, the two plastic pieces aren't mating together because it's been like rubbed raw and bent. Yeah. Nope, it doesn't go that way. I think it goes this way. Yeah, it definitely goes this way, but it's all broken apart, so they're not going to fit together very nicely, so super gluing them won't really work. So, what I will do instead is I'm going to let that dry out, and then I'll clean it with a hobby knife just to get the sharp edges off. That might help with click feel enough. And the purpose of that piece is to prevent the like triggers from you being able to press upward on the triggers like this. So it's not super critical. Okay, so going back to this here. More screws. Oh, so the click feel on this. Does the click feel bad? Put that back on now that I've taken that off. Yeah, it's too light. But that's a switch issue, so that switch needs to come out. So if I'm desoldering one switch, I'm just going to desolder them both. And this is the one that had middle mouse also bad. Yeah, middle mouse is spongy and not actually, doesn't feel like it's actuating. So we'll see what's going on there. Got all my pan head screws together. Pop this guy off. Well, middle mouse is still there and both springs are still there, so I'm guessing it's a switch issue. It's probably lost its little dome tactility. These are, I'm calling it a dome. It's like a dome switch. That little gold thing. That little gold thing there. They're kind of like membrane keyboard switches, how it's just like a dome that collapses in on itself when you press it, but it's made out of metal. It's like a really thin metal. And it's an SMD mount thing, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to solder with my iron, because I got a big fat tip on it. Not impossible. My only concern is putting too much heat into it and then that messing something up. Oh, I might be able to get... Can they get these? No, I'm going to take out that ribbon cable. It's not worth breaking it. I don't have any replacements of these. Yep, got to disassemble the whole darn thing just to get to the main buttons. Ugh. Oh, I forgot to disinfect the triggers while I'm at it. I'll do that real quick. So it's easier to do these when they're disassembled, because then you can, particularly around the like rim of them is where goobers tend to build up. So I like to clean it off at that point. You know, doing the top of it doesn't really matter when you do it. You can do that fully assembled. Scroll wheel too will often get goobers on the sides of it. Yeah, this one's decently clean. A little bit of oxidation. I hope it's oxidation. I don't know. It's like kind of a looks like oxidation. Maybe it's a film of something else that I don't want to know about. These buttons are in really good shape. Wow. Yeah, this person was not as gross as the last one. That's for sure. Yes, I really don't use the YouTube notification bell feature. I don't know, the YouTubers who I watch some car channels. Man, I'm gonna have to eat lunch today too. Oh man, I might have to end the stream after this one, even though I have one more mouse to do. I might just do that one off stream. I don't like doing that because I like having. I feel like one day I'm gonna run out of like mice to mod or content to do on stream, and I'm gonna be sad. Maybe that's not an issue. Cross that bridge when I get there, kind of thinking is maybe what I should be doing. What are you stuck on? Is this stuck on something? Oh, that's fully out there. There we go. Okay, I just want to be very careful not to lose those two springs. Oh yeah, the dome's collapsed. It's like actually collapsed. I don't think. Oh no, are these different sizes too? See how this is indented downward on the darker gold one? Oops, I took a spring out. Yeah. Cool. All right. Do you prefer regular switches from middle button or dot ones? Definitely. Hey, and hands. I don't think I've seen you in chat before, so hello if this is your first time. Definitely normal. It's always desirable when it's a normal micro switch. They typically have better rebound and longer travel. I don't know. I feel like there's been this trend of like we need to minimize the amount of travel a switch does because it makes it feel more responsive, and that's just not true. Like look at mechanical keyboard switches. Like mechanical keyboard switches usually top to bottom are 4 millimeters. I believe mouse switches are. I think they're around 1 millimeter. I want to say, don't quote me on that. Like I was looking at an HCN HCK drawing of micro switches the other day because I ordered some from AliExpress, and I want to say they were like 0.6, 0.7 to 1 millimeter or 0.9 millimeter travel range. And if you go too short, you're like, well, why not 0.1 millimeter? Lower number, better, faster, right? Not really, because then things like spammability suffers. This wheel has like some permanent oxidation on it. I don't know. I have white vinegar. That might actually work here. Because I know white vinegar works for getting rust off of, like... rust off of other things. Yep, that's white vinegar right there. So, yeah. Full-size micro switches will have better travel than plunger switches. And... yeah, there are some plunger switches that do feel pretty good. Rapus come to mind. But like there's other ones where like the Cyrox V8 and V6, those plunger switches just feel like too stiff. Oh, probably the best plunger switch I've used for middle mouse might be Viper V3 Pro. They use a Kale plunger that's a little bit taller. It's like a black and gray two-tone body with a purple dot. And those are good. They still don't have like as like a... I think it's part of it's just the implementation in the mouse. It's not just the switch. It's like the location of the wheel and all these things. Yeah. For example, Pulsar, their middle mouse, they use like a carriage mechanism, at least not on the Crazy Light stuff, but on their other stuff. And that makes their middle mouse really, really nice and spammable. Like Pulsar's is one of the best. Yeah, if I could only use like one mouse for the rest of my days, Pulsar would not be a bad brand to go with. Like X2H, I used at work for so long. And I only got rid of it because of the wireless interference, but now I found with the 4K dongle that I got from Micro Center for like $6, that's not really an issue anymore. Yeah, what's up, Lauren? I need to be done pretty soon because I have so much stuff I need to do. I need to do a thumbnail for Mousecast. I need to eat lunch, and I need to shovel the driveway and then go to Xfinity. So, I'm even tempted to like end the stream now because I'm about to encounter something that might not be an easy fix. You need lotion on your legs right now? Yeah, you can't reach your legs? Oh. Okay. Yeah, how long have we been streaming? I think we've been streaming for... This says 3 hours ago. Let's check OBS, which is much more accurate. 3 hours, 20 minutes, yeah. I don't know. I might come back. I could maybe stream more today. I don't know. We gotta see what the wife wants to do and what other obligations might be. But I think I need to prioritize the Xfinity thing. And if Lauren wants lotion on her legs, I should go do that too. Because she can't. She got too much tum-tum. She can't reach. She got a bun in the oven. Yeah, big baby boy. Yeah. 17-inch long, 4-pound boy. Damn, boy. He's a whole loaf of bread. Yeah, he's a whole baguette. Okay. Well, real quick, let's just check if this is even the right size. It looks like the right size. The like solder pads are slightly bigger on it, but you know what? I think we're gonna have to end the stream here. I got obligations to do today, so hopefully I can be back later and finish this later on stream for a part 2. Oh yeah. And if so, I'll name them part 1, part 2. Okay. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. LVXO, thank you for saying hi and contributing to chat. Jashan, yeah, I'm gonna head out. Jashan, oh, you're the Indian guy I said I forgot about yesterday. Yes, Jashan from the District channel. Oh boy. Well, I think I'm gonna do a part 2 later today if I got time, but I got too many obligations to do right now. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll be back later today. No promises. I don't know if you want a notification. YouTube, Discord, Twitter, that's where I post. Mr. LK, you're still here. Holy crap, you guys are insane. So, thank you all for watching.